It's very rare, but it does happen.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Cool. Yeah, you got time. I already told everybody on the Discord, like, hey, we were starting a little later, so. Was there anything else we were doing in that place before we left? Yeah. We got April Bosley.
That they can hear us.
I think it was a joke, but... Oh, there we go. No, seems not. All right.
Well, we didn't say anything bad, so.
No.
Yeah, all the horrible things we've already said.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, God.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sin Providence, episode 29. I, as always, am your storyteller. I'm Mike Martin, joined by four of my wonderful players, Dot, Maggie, Bub, and Josh. Howdy, 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 howdy. How's everybody doing?
It's a
Good.
Saturday on Pod by Night. I'm great, Mathis. The world's not
Good to be
falling
back.
apart. I'm feeling great.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm feeling really good. I didn't need to go on new anxiety medications
No,
for
this is
the worst
definitely
state of the
this is my
world.
happy place. I'm glad to be here.
I heard the name that got dropped last time, so I get it. Well,
She's like the
okay.
boogeyman. If you
Yeah.
say it, she appears.
It was so funny in game to watch the characters be like, my sire's he's such a bitch, like he's so scared of everything, and it's like, you mentioned Fiorenza, dude. Like that's not somebody you just like, let's just drop that name and be okay.
You know, Janet knew that it was a risk and she took it. And now Elspeth and David understand the level of risk that comes with speaking to Janet's sire.
Yeah. It can, for sure.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
We have good news, Mathis.
Good news, Mark. We can
Really
read these.
exciting news for all of you SOS fans. I made a little mistake in my announcement. I thought we were releasing the Lost finale audio drama next Sunday. Oh, no. It's going to be tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, it probably is late, which means it's already out. So what the fuck are you waiting on? But if you're waiting on it real time with us, then tomorrow, we're just under 24 hours to the release of what Beb and I have lovingly called the Lost finale audio drama.
Also, I love that people are still calling him Beb.
Yeah, it's stuck. Like I don't, he's never been like, I don't like it. So it's kind of a term of endearment now.
I feel bad because
I feel
it's like my typo turned into like a nickname for him now.
It's so endearing. Anyways, but yes,
That's
we
great.
are happy to announce, and I imagine if it doesn't come out with it, the postmortem will come out within days of it, which is, y'all, I think it was like 4 hours, somewhere between 3 and 4 hours of us discussing every season of SOS top to bottom.
Yeah, the whole fucking arc.
It was intense. So I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you for your patience. It's taking us about a year longer than I wanted it to, but I'm really happy with the outcome, and I think you will be too.
Yeah, hopefully you guys
It's
like
very
it.
good.
Honestly, I feel like we could all be like VO actors.
It's so good. Like, you don't
those
understand.
sessions.
Like, even our editor was like, yo, these are dope. So I think you're gonna be hopefully you're really happy with what we have, because obviously there was things to be made up for, and what we got instead was kind of this really unique ending, and something that had a lot of love, and a lot of our players' creative energy into it, and I think that's really cool. So too bad if you don't like it. If you don't, go tell your enemy. He can listen to it, or she.
Yeah. Maybe they'll cry.
And if you like it, go tell your friends. Okay.
Yeah, SOS ending was a beautiful. It was one of my favorite just closures to a story, and we definitely did justice. Live shout outs to Kurt for taking on the editing project and crushing that. He did a phenomenal job. You'll hear his efforts again, like Dot said, tomorrow. He just did a very, very good job. So, yeah, enjoy it. I'm really excited for that to finally be out, and I'm excited to see what people say about it. It's all finally going to come to a close a second time.
Right.
Sorry,
So
that's
those of you
very
who,
funny.
it's like alternate ending, but like same.
not.
It is
Weird.
the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same. It's like a highlighted version of it, like
Look,
a
y'all,
more
we went
narratively
roll by
driven.
roll. Like, I literally took a log of the rolls for like the whole last 4 hours and tried to make sure that the most important rolls even got like written into story. Like, we really tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
My
the-
crazy notes came in handy.
Yep,
for
Maggie's
once.
crazy notes came in handy because nobody takes notes in dialogue but Maggie. So praise be
Oh
for
yeah,
something we
I
needed
like I
dialogue
quote
for.
things because some of the lines that you guys say are just so good. I'm like, what?
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
this-
it was a good time, and it brought us all together. One
Yeah.
last hoorah.
One last SOS hoorah.
What are you
now all those
drinking? Does it have
characters-
like balls in it?
It's got ice in it.
Bub, you are
They're
muted, my
yellow?
friend.
The lemons on
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
Georgia.
Oh,
She's
it's
just
the
drinking
glass.
Georgia right there.
It's the cup probably makes the ice look yellow, but
Yeah,
the ice
the
is
cup
white.
That's
Mathis, please take us into this show before
Yeah, I
we
was
get
gonna
started.
say, anyway, we are gonna pick up right where we left off, right in the bar situation. I need to bring up my notes and remember what the fuck it was the red something, the red
I have it.
smoky velvet something. I don't remember what it was.
Locations. Boop. New locations.
Oh, I don't have this location in my locations
No, this is
because
a new one.
I was not here.
Oh, you know what? I might not have written this one down.
It's the red
Sick.
something.
Yeah, I know
Red
it's the red
room.
something. Hang on, I've got this written down somewhere. I have this written down. God damn it! I know where. I just got to find where I wrote
Well,
it down.
when you tell me, I will write it in marker, which means it's permanent in my notes.
We're not starting until I find this in my notes.
Red Saloon?
Was it the
Red
Salon?
salon.
Yeah,
I think it was. I think it was the
Parlor?
salon. Yeah, it was the
yeah.
salon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was like a hangout. That makes sense. We
I
There
don't
it
know. I'm
is.
just reading what people are saying in
Thank
chat.
you.
Red
Chat.
Salon. Thank you, chat. Correct.
Is it
listening.
salon or saloon?
It's salon.
It's salon,
Salon.
not
Okay.
saloon. No two O's. Like a salon, like an art salon, like a place to hang out
Gotcha.
and chat about stuff.
Like a nail
Yeah,
salon.
yeah, not that kind of salon either, but I get it. Okay, I need
That's
to put
correct.
a new.
So yeah, without further ado, let's set the scene, rein things in, and pick up and see what our coterie has been up to. And what we're going to be picking up is actually just the warm red lighting, the marble table, the hardwood floors, and the relative calm silence of the red salon. For those who weren't here last week, including our two players, obviously, what this place is, and I would say Betty would, you know, if she would know it, she would have heard of this place. She may have gone here a couple times in her past. I don't know. It's not really where we see Betty often. But while we do in Camarilla politics have like proper Elysiums that are held, you know, when they're called by the prince in these kind of grandiose places, there are these sort of smaller official places that are not really Elysium, but still places where like socialites come and go, where people who want to talk to with one another. And to be allowed inside of it, you have to be basically one of a recognized member of the Camarilla on a list to be allowed inside here. It's here where you'll occasionally come across some of the bigger names if they have time to swing by, not necessarily to have a drink and relax, but maybe to do some more lighthearted business. And the last time we saw the three of you walking in here, when you walked in, there were two faces, should I say, that immediately stuck out to you. Do you remember who they were? Beryl Underwood was
Yep.
there.
Yep.
With a couple of faces you didn't recognize.
Well, I'm looking for information on that guy.
He was having a conversation, and the other one was Gaston.
Yeah, the one Gaston, who is the prince's bodyguard.
Not Scourge.
He's not a
but
scourge. He's a doer. He's a task boy for the prince.
Right hand man, right? Like personal
Sure.
security, like that kind of stuff. Let me get the name again. I forget what the name was, and
Yeah, it was like Gaston. I wrote it down.
It's not Gaston, unfortunately, but
It was.
kinda wish it was.
It did start with a G,
Gavin
didn't it?
Newsom. Who was this guy?
Where did he go? I did write him down.
He didn't talk to David.
He's probably in my NPC section. Caleb Bassery.
Bassery, that's right, Caleb Bassery.
Caleb Bassery.
He is a Ventru, and he is the prince's enforcer.
Yeah.
Was the quote I have from you.
Not to be called Scourge.
Not to be called
Scourge.
Scourge. He is the enforcer.
Exactly correct. And while you were there very specifically, or at least David was there very specifically looking for April Bosley in particular, because it would make sense that the Herald would kind of dip in and out of socialite situations, and she's known to make an appearance here more commonly than other bigger names in the city. In fact, seeing Beryl Underwood here is probably an uncommon occurrence, all told. We did see, as Janet walked up to that particular individual and brute forced a conversation
That
with
is
him,
not
shall we
true.
say?
I was polite, though not entirely. I would not say he wanted the conversation. It was not non-consensual. He shook my hand in front of everybody, motherfucker.
So she brute forced a conversation, and
I never touched him.
there was a moment he said step away, Janet, and you literally did the I'm like technically listening to you thing by taking one step back and then continuing the conversation.
I did it. I never once didn't do anything he asked, and I offered my hand, in which he finally took it.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Briefly shook your hand, and you walked away after that. And after that is where we kind of ended the episode. Now, from this moment on, does Janet stick around in the Red Salon waiting for with David in any way? Or does she leave him to his own devices and head back?
Okay, I don't know that she would like leave, right? But she
Yeah.
does want to give him his space. Like this is not.
Yeah, it's not a
Janet-
huge place
It's not her
either, so, like-
business, right? But she
Right.
also doesn't want. She doesn't want David to think she left him.
Right.
But so I'm gonna keep my space. Maybe I'm the, soccer mom drinking in the corner, but. Poor
And
makeup.
what is as our camera kind of comes into focus, we'll see Janet, like you said, drinking in the corner, maybe just kind of keeping to herself, enjoying the ambiance, maybe enjoying the peace and quiet after.
Do they
literally
serve like food here? Like not
Yeah,
people,
if you
like-
want. No,
Oh.
yeah. If you want food, you can get food
Okay.
here.
I am an Irish mom, and I can eat food, and most of these motherfuckers can't. I'm gonna sit here in the corner and just gluttonly eat. I want one of everything.
Let's say you want like a charcuterie board.
Yeah, I want my charcuterie board. Give me the whole bottle of wine.
I want
like
a
bring me
charcuterie
like some
board.
like real food because Janet can enjoy it, and if she's gonna enjoy it, why not do it in front of all these motherfuckers that can't?
Absolutely. So we see, Janet, as our camera fades into this place, where she's mid-bite. We're actually
And I'm
probably a
close enough where
profile
like
shot.
David needs me. Come get mama. Go have fun at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay.
And we see her like enjoying, like you said, gluttonously this food that you don't often enjoy, even when you have the opportunity to do so.
No, this is our show. This is fun.
It's with
Janet loves
the
this.
loud crunch of a cracker in
Yeah,
Janet's
yeah.
mouth that we kind of snap into the world.
Yep.
And not too far off, we probably see David lingering around. David, do you have a drink? Again, they offer Vitae here to drink if you don't want to necessarily drink real or have actual food and wine, because you would need to blush of life to do so. They do offer different food, and they do offer animal blood here as well.
You did say Vitae. So is this just
Yeah.
blood, or is
Blood,
it
like human blood
Okay.
kind?
not kindred blood though?
No.
Okay. No, he will opt out. If his hunger were higher, he might, but
It's only on one, I'm assuming.
yes.
Okay. And how's make sure you guys heal up and do your usuals, by the way.
Mhm.
What hunger are you at, Dot? Is Janet at a 1 as well?
I think actually Janet's at a 2. Let me confirm that for you, Malthus. While I'm actually sitting here showing my face gluttonously live on Twitch.
No, yeah.
Just,
It's a good way to get in character. It
yeah,
helps
Divvy Play's
immerse
just
yourself.
having a whole moment, so it doesn't want to load the page, surprisingly enough. But I'm pretty sure it was at 2. I know
Okay.
I wasn't above 2. How about that?
Sure. While
That is
you're in
correct,
here, is it public knowledge to the Camarilla? I mean, obviously there's some in the know that would know how you eat, how you feed, but is it something that Janet keeps to herself overall? Because you could order food here that would sate your hunger. And
Oh, I
technically,
could.
it comes at no cost, with the exception of the cost of everybody would be who sees you eating, and those who are feeding you, which is members of the Camarilla, are then aware of how you feed, which is a very unique way and could be used, if Janet was worried about that kind of thing. That's knowledge that could potentially come back at some point and bite her for reasons she may not be able to think about right now.
Sure.
It's just knowledge. It's something like,
Well, here's the thing. So her being able to eat food is actually one benefit she's bought into, and the
Mm-hmm.
flaw is that to feed, she has to be an organivore. So in this
Yep.
case, if she's not terribly hungry and it doesn't benefit her to reveal that she
Sure.
consumes like your innards, then
Yeah.
I think she's just gonna stick to the fact that she's like, dumbass motherfuckers, I'm gonna enjoy this cheese tray. Like this is petty. All
As far-
of this
as
she
far
hates
as
this
anybody else
social
is
stuff,
around-
so it's petty.
and as far as anybody who may even glance your way while you're eating is concerned, you're blush of lifing to do it. Nobody knows that you're doing
That
it
I don't
because you
have-
have
like, I don't have
yeah.
to-
Nobody's looking over there and being like, oh, she's eating
The
food.
real
She must be.
joy for Janet is that she knows she can taste it. It's gonna still be like Ash. It'll never be as good, but she can
Of
get
course, but you can
real
still
close. She
taste
can get
it. You can
real
still
close
taste
to being
it.
able to actually taste the red wine and enjoy the food. Which
Not
is
unless
so
you
very
hit
Italian of her.
Golconda will you ever taste food again in that way.
Janet, no,
Yeah, Janet's never gonna see
No.
Golconda in her entire life.
no, she didn't
That's-
see it when she was
it's-
human. That's all. She's over
Yeah,
there
of
just
course,
enjoying
that
herself.
makes
But it
sense.
is not a show of her actual feeding. It is a show of like, really for her of like, I can enjoy this food and these socialites can't. This is PTA soccer mom bullshit. So
Of course. So that's what we see. Like I said, the crunch kind of brings us in, and we see Janet enjoying her food. David a few feet away. David, just are you kind of like, is David like awkwardly lingering in that way of just like he doesn't really know what to do with himself in this kind of situation?
No, I think David probably is very single-minded in this moment, and I think even in these moments where he might have just one thought on his mind, he doesn't like bobble or sort of like weave on an ocean's surface. He stands still. He's like a gargoyle.
Yeah, no, he just stands there and he just kind of waits around. Essentially,
Yeah.
you're waiting for hopefully April Bosley to arrive.
Yes.
And after we'll say about an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer than, we see Janet kind of finishing up one of her dishes. Maybe another dish is on the way, a nice tiramisu or something along those lines. I don't know if she's a tiramisu kind of
or cheesecake, something
cheesecake.
rich and desserty. Yeah,
What
a
is?
macaroon.
I'll take
so
the
I can really
tiramisu.
crunch it,
I
you
know
know?
tiramisu is delicious.
That's so good.
I will ask then what is Janet's go-to dessert when she has the opportunity to have
For her,
dessert
not to
for
feed
her?
other people.
No, for Janet alone, for herself. What is her favorite dessert? What was her favorite dessert as a mortal? I'm curious what she would order here. It does tell me a lot. Like if you go for a cheesecake over a tiramisu, that tells me something about Janet.
Yeah, I think, you have to remember Janet grew up real poor. Like she wasn't actually well off. So much of this is just a put on and later in life. And so like to her, the idea of cheesecake is fancy.
Mhm.
Like cheesecake with raspberries is like super fancy, right? Even though to the average person, tiramisu, sure, but like a good slice of cheesecake or like a 10-layer chocolate cake because it's got 10 layers. That's fancy to her, right? That's extra. That's bougie. That's luxury. Because I can order my cake with 10 layers instead of 2.
Yeah. So that we're looking at 10-layer chocolate
Yeah,
cake.
10-layer
It's
chocolate
like-
cake comes out with like the little chocolate swirly things on top. Yes, all of it.
And coffee.
Oh, for sure.
That's what the server says as he kind of places down the chocolate
She
cake.
looks
And
at
he's
him
like,
and just
"Coffee?"
like, "Well, yeah, looking. Yes, please.
And it's as the dessert's being dropped and a coffee is being made that the doors to the Red Salon do eventually swing open to maybe David's relief. See that, in fact, April Bosley does arrive in the Red Salon on this evening. Her tall frame, her short blonde hair, and she has some assistant or something tailing behind her, not necessarily having a conversation with her, but staying close enough where you know that she's obviously tailing April at this moment. And the Herald of Boston walks in. Almost everybody in the area she makes eye contact with and greets. She walks over to seemingly everybody that is in this small little area. She walks over to, in fact, the individual who did not want anything to do with you, Janet, as she walks over and he immediately greets her. He greets him. And that includes you, David. As she says hello to everybody in the room, Beryl Underwood and so on. Eventually, she actually turns. She's like, she smiles and does a minor feign of surprise, not real surprise, but she raises her eyebrows and widens her eyes. And she's like, David, I don't believe I've ever seen you in the Red Salon before. Welcome, it's good to see you. And she walks over and the clacking of her heels on the hardwood floor kind of echo in the dull volume of this room. And she just reaches over her hand gently to shake yours. You are... oh, no, you're good. You're good.
I think... would David remember? Would I be able to? Okay, what are the odds that I can tap into some of the recollection of whom he? Would David, in your opinion, would I be able to access like the memory of greetings? I'm asking, can I kiss her hand?
I mean, yeah, you're welcome. There's no even if you access anything, there's no like formal greeting that you give to the Herald. You polite, obviously she's a higher up in government. She carries power and is often considered the mouthpiece of the prince, but also she is not the prince. So you don't treat her like the prince. You don't have to worry about dropping to your knees and kissing her hand. If you, as a gentleman in that kind of old timey way, maybe part of you has that urge simply because it's built in as an old habit that you're not sure where it comes from, then maybe that's what you do. But that's not an April. It's not because it's April. It would come from a deeper habit.
I think it's something about appealing to a person, and you're paying a certain level of respect. It's also like a composition and awareness of your position. So I think David would like lean down and you see like the drape of the golden curls fall as he kisses her hand.
Yeah, and your kind of hair falls forward when you do so, and she just pleasantly smiles. She's average height, I believe. So you tower over her pretty heavily when you do. And she, when you get close and give her a kiss, you actually get a good close look at like a kind of a nice necklace she's wearing around her neck, big square jewels and such. And you lean down and kiss her hand, and she smiles politely when you do. And when you kind of stand yourself back up, she looks like she's about to move on. She just goes, I hope you enjoy your time here. If you haven't had any of their, and she looks over to Janet, who's eating, and maybe even if, I don't know if Janet's like watching and giving a wave or not, but she will walk over to you in a moment. But she sees Janet eating. She's like, if you haven't had the chance, I would recommend their tiramisu. It's phenomenal.
Miss Bosley, I would like a moment of your time tonight.
Well, it just so happens that I have a little bit of spare time. Well, how can I help you, David? I hope things have been going well over in Waltham.
Things are fine. We are flourishing. Would you mind if we stepped away to something more private?
Her eyebrows raise for a moment, and she says, absolutely. Could you give me just a few moments here, and let me take care of some things, and I'll get us a room in the back.
Please.
And she just nods and walks off for a moment. She actually walks over to Janet and greets you as well. She's like, Miss Janetti, it's a pleasure to see you. It's been a while since you've been in the Red Salon, if I am remembering correctly.
Well, social hour doesn't always suit business, so. But I'm here to support David. Can I pour you a glass of wine?
She's like, she raises her hand. I would love one, but I have things to attend to, and David would like a word.
Have fun.
And you see her, she just like gives you it was like a good to see you kind of smile, and she walks away. She goes behind the bar for a moment, and eventually she goes to a back room for a few minutes, David. You don't see her for a minute. I don't know if you just kind of wait around and whatnot.
I think he'll wait.
Okay, and after I'd say like 5 or so minutes, she swings back out from where she came, or where she went rather, and just doesn't say any words, just looks to you, David, in the eye and makes a gesture like follow. And she leads you into a small private back room with no windows, a kind of a cushioned bench that lines one of the walls in the back with a small table near it, and a TV mounted on the left-hand side that is currently just showing fucking a commercial or something.
Sure.
Meaningless on the left-hand side. As she walks in, she would actually reach up to the TV and turn it off immediately. And as the door shuts, she turns to you with all attention and says, how can I help you?
Miss Bosley, if I may speak plainly, and so as to not waste the time in your evening.
Please.
I'd like your sponsorship in Boston.
She takes a moment. Are you looking at to open a new business of some venture? A sponsorship for details would be good.
I seek no business ventures. I seek no power or territory. I simply seek respect, recognition for my position and structure in Boston.
She kind of again gives you that PR smile before continuing. Well, David, you are kindred within Boston, legally recognized by the prince. I'm sorry if you seem to be, if you feel outcasted in any way, but I do assure you. And she steps forward and puts like a polite hand on your shoulder. It takes time, and kindred in this city and most cities are not necessarily the friendliest bunch.
Miss Bosley, I believe that I might be the first of something.
Oh, and she like pulls her hand back, not in a surprised way, but she just doesn't let it sit on your shoulder awkwardly for long.
I already exist in your city, and the prince recognizes my position.
Exactly.
And right now, I exist without anyone responsible for me.
Technically correct, though Janet does have the brunt of guardianship, if you were to call it that.
I wish not to disrupt anything. I am trying to be predictable in the eyes of yourself and the prince, and if I make a mistake, I know that I will answer to it along with my peers. But I need the tutelage of someone with your eyes and your vision.
She smiles and she says, as you're saying that, I understand that the situation in New York may have caused a bit of an unwelcome burden to your life, but it seems that you've been doing well in the quarry, for what it's worth, of course, and you've already paid back your debt to the Tremere, I'm told, which is rather fast work for young kindred like yourself. It seems Janet's tutelage alone has been doing wonders for your motivation and your progression in the city as a new kindred. Maybe I'm unfamiliar for exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking to come to me for advice every so often, well, and she smiles, the Red Salon is a great place to find me.
Miss Bosley, I am without a sire. And I am clanless. And I am new.
She does kind of furrow her brow a little bit. What did you identify yourself as to the prince and them as a clan?
I think it was
I identified myself as something I didn't know. They presumed that was Nosferatu.
Oh, they presumed it. That's right.
Right. Well, typically, and I hate to use the word, but an orphaned kindred, while they don't have a sire, there is one out there. Did you not report to the prince that you were Nosferatu of some sort?
The tower and the prince presumed that I was a Nosferatu, but I said that I did not know when I was. I have many reasons to believe that I am not the Nosferatu.
I see. Well, that can still be figured out and discovered in due time.
I believe that I am being sought after, Miss Bosley, but there are many individuals that seek not only my private attention, but control of my person.
She does give it gives you a genuine, serious look for a moment, and still, to you, David, maybe not necessarily taking you completely seriously. Not that she's not taking you seriously, but maybe not understanding the meaning behind your words. She says, "Yeah, that does end up being the life for many kindred. Whoever's after you, though, should and always shall, unless they are Sabbat, follow the traditions of the Camarilla. You should stay safe, especially as a recognized member in our society."
And what of those that appear outside and above our laws, deliberately hiding and obscuring themselves?
Well, if it helps, they have often lost the war. In fact, I almost said something that I don't think anybody actually would know, so never mind. New England has come under the control of... My doorbell
Dogs.
rang. Yeah, my doorbell rang.
New England
too.
has come under the control of dogs.
Yeah, Jesus. Shit. I completely lost my train of thought. She just continues to say that... the thought is completely fucking gone.
You said that New Hampshire had just come under the control of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she was to go on to say, New England, in fact, has recently fallen under the security of the Camarilla recently after alliances have been made. Of course, there will always be bad actors, those who believe themselves outside the law and will make attempts at tearing it apart. But they tend to find their own after some time.
Miss Bosley, if I am something new and if I am the first of my kind, I would like for you to be the first to recognize that and take the risk upon me.
I apologize, David. You're going to have to be a bit more clear in what you're saying.
I wish to be accountable to someone capable, and if someone were to try to claim me, they will have a much more difficult time trying to claim me in your care. I do not know how to be more direct, Miss Bosley. I am not one to dance around pleasantries.
It seems like you're asking to remove rights you were given. You are under nobody's care because you are a recognized kindred in the city. You do not need a guardian or someone watching over you, David.
I understand that you believe I am asking for a guardian. I can guard myself. But I believe that the Tremere wish to do more to me than will be upheld by the Camarilla.
What is it you're saying about yourself, David?
Miss Bosley, how many Nosferatu do you know with wings?
Not many, but there are those bloodlines who can create them and have them. It's not necessarily unheard of entirely.
Mathis, what is the floor made of? Is it
Just
wood?
like
Is
a
it stone?
It's a hardwood oaken floor. Like
And how many of the Nosferatu or Gangrel or Bruja can listen to memories in stone and hear the feet that have moved here before and will after?
So your concern is that you are of a novel bloodline?
Novel. I believe that I am the first of my kind, and that I am being hunted.
A bold claim, certainly. Who hunted by whom, do you believe?
The Tremere.
And why would the Tremere be hunting you, David?
Why do the Tremere do anything that they do, Miss Bosley?
She smiles, and she says, to those on the outside, seemingly no reason. But to those on the inside, there's always a reason. Why would they be looking for you, David? And her face drops to something so much more deadly serious than it has been in this entire conversation.
David meets her gaze.
I think that they are seeking something in me that I do not know entirely. Something that hides and dwells within me. And from my understanding, they are willing to tear me apart to find it.
And why would they do that, David?
I do not know, nor can I speak for the Tremere enough to understand. But Miss Bosley, when I go missing, that is why. Because I am being torn apart.
Well, David, first, I want you to know it's an incredibly brave thing you just did. And I'm honored you trust me enough to bring this information to my doorstep and to make this request of me. But I think it is my duty to be honest with you. I need you to understand what you're actually requesting here. She gestures for you to take a seat when she says that. Do you do so?
Yeah.
As you begin, move to sit down. As the Herald of Boston, first you must know, I cannot hide this. I won't. The prince needs to know. The Primogen need to know. And this becomes official Camarilla business the moment you open your mouth and said those words to me. Do you understand that?
Yes, Miss Bosley. I do.
Here's what I can do, and here's what I can't do. I can represent your petition to the prince. I can frame this as an opportunity. It seems that that's something you would like it to be from your wording, yes?
Yes.
Whatever it is you are, if you are truly something brand new, then whatever you may be has never sought membership of the Camarilla before of their own will. So that is something I can argue you deserve a hearing for. I can stand with you when you present your case, obviously. I can be there in the moment. As Herald, that will carry some weight. It shows the court that you came through the proper channels. It shows them that you are sincere in your request to make this hopefully work. I can be your advocate for this process. But I can't be your owner, David. I won't own you. I do not have the opportunity, time, or the leeway to be anybody's guardian. Herald comes with too many responsibilities, too many opportunities for you to be taken advantage of because of my position in the city. And I can't allow that to happen. I also can't necessarily protect you from Dijon Siaka if that's something, if you are made aware of to the Tremere. They will argue that you belong to them if that seems to be what you're hinting toward. If the Tremere truly seek you, there's usually a property reason involved with them, much like the Ventru. They are similar in that way. But
I simply wish to approach you first, Miss Bosley. I'm not asking you to decide what I become.
she nods.
I'm
Well,
asking you to take an action before someone else does.
I can't guarantee the prince will rule in your favor, but I can promise you that me advocating and being by your side because you went through the proper channels and came for me first will be a benefit to you. Now, are your coterie aware of all of this?
We have all become painfully aware of my situation.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you, David. I can't hide that from the prince either. Full, honesty is appreciated on both sides, and the prince appreciates as well. Now, are you prepared for the possibility that the prince says no?
I am prepared for the possibility that the prince is willing to shrug off the problem that is David Carver, but
And if
will
she-
miss on the opportunity of gaining something intrinsic to this city.
Well, to be prepared for those possibilities, you just be prepared. Are you prepared that she may order you to surrender to House Tremere?
I am.
And that she punishes your coterie for hiding you?
I am.
Okay. Because once I report this, it's out of my hands. Are you absolutely certain this is what you want?
I am absolutely certain that I am an asset that this city should not afford to lose, even if they cannot see it yet.
She immediately smiles. That I have no doubt, David. That I have no doubt. Well, if that's the case, then I can take this to the prince. And she kind of pulls out a small notebook and seems to make a little note to herself and before sliding it away. And I want you to know that I truly do appreciate you coming to me with this. It shows a lot of trust between the city, how you feel to the city, and allows us to return that trust in turn.
Thank you for your time, Miss Bosley.
When I have an answer, I'll find you at your coterie.
You will.
I'll rather find you at the quarry in the next few nights' time.
Unless I am taken before then, you will.
Understood. But if it goes to the prince, I doubt the Tremere will immediately come knocking at your door. Litigation will probably start before we even see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and try to enjoy the rest of your evening.
David nods and stands and leaves.
April obviously would as well, but David would walk out, and first probably April would not come out from the back rooms area. David, just Janet, you would see David walk out and
Finishing the
without
bottle of
April.
wine.
Yep. It's all coming to a close. David, do you walk up to? You just walk over to Janet.
Yeah.
Well, how'd it go?
It could have gone better. It could have gone much worse. Miss Bosley did not wish to take sponsorship of me, and she said this information must be shared with the prince and the Primogen.
What information?
The information that I am new to the city, more than just in representation, but in clan.
Okay.
That they will decide my fate.
And okay. Well,
Does Janet kind of look around? I mean, realizing you might not necessarily want to have full conversation in the red salon while there are other ears around.
Okay. Well, David, I'm proud of you. One, very good. Taking, responsibility and all that. Can we get out of here? I'm out of chocolate cake and wine, and there's really not another reason to hang around.
I am afraid that we only have a few days before bad things happen.
Yeah, me too. Which is why we probably should we should get out of here.
I agree.
I peep around. Is Elspeth like vibing?
Elspeth will probably, at this point, split seas off of
Okay,
you guys
so we
and
don't
head
see
back.
Elspeth. So I'm like, well, I guess she has a boyfriend now. She can call a motorcycle ride if she needs a ride. Let's pop to the car.
you guys get to the car and you guys head right back to the quarry.
No. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Where are you heading?
Well, considering the fact that though David hasn't said in so many words all of our heads is on the chopping block, I get the feeling from the fact it didn't go great or bad that our heads are still on the chopping block. And I feel like even though they're not part of the coterie, at some point we need to maybe inform Leon and Betty of either our impending disappearance or the fact that they might be caught up in a pretty big web. Just a warning. I feel like I need to ride in like Gandalf and be like, "Yo, shit could be bad."
I was gonna say, if you head back to the quarry, Leon's probably there finishing security setup.
That makes sense.
Because like
Maybe we had a
Magpie's
touch
been
base point.
quietly setting up, but without Leon there to finish the setup, it can't be done. So if you head back to the quarry, Leon will already be there with Magpie, finishing where the CCTV cameras are set up. Literally all the technology is good to go.
Okay.
The only thing you're going to be waiting on at this point is the actual physical construction of stuff that is happening,
right, the actual building
during
itself.
the day. Yeah. et cetera. Betty usually finds you. Do you
Yeah,
know where her
I can't
typical
track down
hangouts
Betty.
are? But,
I
like,
can't track down Betty.
Betty usually fucking finds you.
Yeah, she'll come around when she's ready. So, okay, I know we probably had a meeting then, because if things were getting done, there's business to be had with Leon. So I'll go back to the quarry then, knowing that's where we're going to find him.
Maggie, I can even give you full control as to when Betty shows the fuck up if you want. I don't know if you have
Like
a
when
moment.
she comes rolling in.
Sure.
Yeah, when Betty comes rolling in on her own. If you want anything, Maggie, just hit me on Discord. If there's anything you want to be doing, we can always cut too. But just hit me on
Sounds
Discord
good.
with that.
All right.
So you make your way back to the quarry, and you would actually see Leon's car parked there. As you head inside, finishing setting up the last of the cameras is Leon. He's got all the wiring plugged in. All that wiring that has been kind of coiled and piled is no longer coiled and piled.
Right,
you can see it running some tracks along some gates and stuff. Not the prettiest sight, but it is at least not piled on the fucking
Right.
pallet anymore near the office building. And Magpie, Leon, as you can hear their car rolling up, but Magpie just kind of hits the last few buttons. He's like, "Okay, hell yeah, I think it fucking works. I don't think it broke. I've never set up anything with any sort of technology where it didn't break the first time. This feels like a fucking miracle."
No miracle. You're with me now.
Yeah, I hear you. So anyway, I heard Janet pulling up. I'm out of here. Have a good rest of your night. And he smiles and he's
You
like,
slimy little just
no, what? Slimy? What? What are you? I've been here on my own the past couple nights. She's interrogated me for no fucking reason about my ex-girlfriend, making me live my past trauma, making me yearn for somebody who was bad for me just by bringing her up. I don't want to live through all that again. I'm a heartbroken man. I have to go.
What is this word vomit? Stop, go away, or stay and help me.
And
One of the two.
And as you hear, Janet, you hear, "Go away or stay and help me," is when you walk in and you see Leon and Magpie yammering at each other.
What is he talking about now?
It's some fucking ex-girlfriend that he's
Oh,
pining
you mean
over.
Isabel? Oh,
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
tell
Is-
you. Oh, he didn't tell you as a witchy ex-girlfriend, and that's why he came to Boston
Why
to begin
does it
with?
matter?
And where he learned all of his little...
I learned one thing from her.
Did he tell you that he has a girlfriend who's a witch in town?
I don't have a girlfriend
No.
in town.
Well, you
She's
know...
a witch.
You have a...
No, remember how I told you I found all this
You know,
like weird
I
magic
knew-
stuff? No, listen, let me finish my sentence. Don't be rude. If I found this girl on like I found like something online that taught me how to use like my first kind of magic, kind of like brought me into all this. It was from her. It was from her. I met her on a forum. We dated
Yeah, of
online
course
for
you
a
did.
while. I moved in with her. She didn't work. I had to pay a lot of her bills, and then she threw me out.
Okay, do you want me to be sorry for you? What?
No, but
Why?
that's what she brought it up, and he points to Janet.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. So, actually, just go away. I'll deal with you later.
Yes, I'll go home.
No, you stay nearby. Please.
Okay.
I'm going to scramble your fucking brains and wring your neck.
I wish you would.
Well,
And he just like walks off, very frustrated.
you know, owning a ghoul is really hard.
He's like a child.
But he's your child.
Oh, please don't say that.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not entirely convinced that this Isabella girl isn't actually somehow connected to David and to the largest picture of what, he learned, did learn, and
Oh,
knows.
why would she be? Like
Because he
this
didn't know any of his garbage, all of his garbage magic, before he met her. More importantly, he wasn't contacted about David and putting stones in chest and any of that until girlfriend. Hell, he didn't even live here. He was still in his parents' basement like the creep he deserves to be.
Yeah, but the fact that he's a loser doesn't really qualify him for like psyop targeting. Oh, wait, no, never mind. You know what? I just talked myself into it. Okay, I'll check it out.
Just
Um,
ask around. We got the
yeah.
girl's name. He said he couldn't remember her last name. You date a girl for many weeks and pay her bills and you don't know her last fucking name. There's fishy shit going on. And it's starting with the ex-girlfriend. And if it's just another, line we need to pull, we better pull it quickly because
Yeah, I knew there was always something more because he's so bad at magic. And he's so
This is coming from
against using it.
Leon, I'm sorry, Max, I can't hear you.
No. He can totally hear
And then
me.
he just fucking says, "This is coming from somebody who said they didn't even believe in magic. You're telling me I'm bad at magic." Sorry, I need to walk further away.
Yeah, you do. Because you can't be good at something that doesn't exist.
He just walks off,
well,
waving his
as
arms around
enlightening
frustratedly.
as that was, I feel like it's time for me to pay you. You're pretty much done here with the security, yeah?
Just a few more things to plug in and turn
I
on.
hand you
But
two
yeah.
dots worth a stack of cash.
Oh,
You get two
this is gonna be so good.
non-renewable resources worth. But it's basically what I put into the security originally, right? So it'll renew at the new month, but it's going to you for having set it up. And I go, and since, he's officially your ghoul, and, you got paid and all of that, I will no longer be fronting the bill for his parents at the hotel. That's your responsibility now.
You can just put them on the street, right?
That is your decision. He's your ghoul.
Um,
Though, you really should take a firmer stance with him. The way he talks to you just needs
I've thought about it.
I mean, maybe it's what he needs. We've scrambled and unscrambled his brain at least once in the last 2 months.
No, I've got an idea for what I'm going to do with him. So that's fine.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, okay, wait. This is what I know. Okay, so she taught him a protection spell. Her name is Isabel. She had $10,000 in debt and wanted him to pay it off. He met her on a witches forum online. And supposedly she's not a kindred.
Damn. Is this how we're getting goth girlfriends nowadays?
I wouldn't know.
He's too far away
Okay.
to hear you. He walked too far away.
That being
Hear you.
said, handle it. Because here's the deal. David, things are getting... our timeline has moved up significantly. Yeah. And it's not currently looking terribly, great for all of us. So I'm paying you now, and I'm making sure, some loose ends are tied up in case we aren't around anymore. Oh,
As in, you literally think you're going to get taken out?
I think there are consequences to all actions, Leon. That's the message you should take away from all of this.
Yeah, okay.
And whatever you do, you weren't there that night at the docks. What docks? You weren't there. You were there for a different box. You delivered it. You're clean. You don't want to be involved in none of this.
Damn. Well, while I do appreciate the clean hands, that is...
I would like to deliver the same information to Betty, but I've not seen her, in a while. Have you seen Betty?
I think I saw her skulking around at one point a couple of days ago and then a few hours ago, but it might have just been a raccoon. So
You
I don't know.
definitely saw her at one point the other day with somebody wearing a bunch of cardboard.
Yeah, there was some guy
On the corner, street
dressed
corner.
up in cardboard cosplay.
Oh, no. Yeah, we met him too. Kinda.
Oh. Yeah.
It was strange. There was a fire. There was a naked woman. She got a statue David carved. It was a whole thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she took his wings. He didn't like it. But that's not really my story to tell.
Did you get him back?
You look over to David and he's got wings.
He looks just
David's
like
over there probably just
it's
flexing
a
his wings
long
around.
story. I think what I'd like to do right now, David, is have can we talk a little bit more about exactly what you told the harpy? Now that we don't have so many ears around.
She is the herald, okay?
I spoke with Miss Bosley about desiring sponsorship in Boston.
Right, you said she told you no. But
In
she
not
still
so
needs to
many
talk
words.
to the prince about something.
Yes. She said that everything that I was to say would be presented in front of the Prince and Primogen Council.
What is it you wish to say?
That I wish to have said to her, and I asked that I find her sponsorship, mostly because I am new and clanless.
Okay. So you're gonna get counsel.
I told her that I was potentially being sought after by the Tremere, that they may be hunting me.
Okay, and how did she take that?
She desired proof, and that she said I could not be protected from a one Dijon Siaka if it were to be a problem and I was to be seen as his property.
So we've handed off the problem to bigger dogs.
Kinda. Does
I mean,
she
it's
happen to know that we all know?
She asked me if the rest of my coterie was aware, and I said that we had recently become painfully aware of my situation in the city.
Okay, yeah.
Fiorenza!
That is really true, but unfortunate for everyone.
I asked for help, and I spoke plainly. I told her that I was more of an asset to the city than they realize,
Okay.
that there is more in me than has immediately become known.
And what did she say next steps are?
She would present this information to the prince.
Oh, you mean that is friends with Theon? Mustard? Yeah, okay, this is gonna be...
Rude.
I
Sorry.
hate him so much. I've never even met him, and Janet hates him. The sound of his name makes her body cringe. Okay. Well, at least you told the truth. Points for honesty.
I cannot lie.
Yeah, honey, I know. That's why I drank a whole bottle of wine. Okay. So we don't really
Janet,
have a
I can
solution,
leave.
nor are you protected, which was kind of the goal.
But I can leave if it means that each of you are safe. I will leave. I will.
Honey, it's too late for that.
Then I will go to the tower right now and
That also is a
relinquish
bad idea.
myself.
It's a fast way.
No.
The fact of the matter is, we still have a little time, and maybe the prince does come out on your side. Maybe she does think you're valuable enough to the city where the Tremere shouldn't take you. Though, even if she makes that decision, based on the fact that we, your coterie, kind of extended the truth long enough to save our lives, we could not get out as easily as you do.
But if I present myself to be sought after by them, so that they take control, would that be better for them to take control as opposed to the Tremere?
Oh, for sure, honey, because then we all survive. The thing about it is I don't know that they're gonna go that route. I have a feeling that, since the prince is friends with Siaka, there's gonna be some loyalties that are outside of our control. And what if she says, too bad, so sad, you three's lied, heads, you go with the Tremere? What then?
It's really dependent on what the political situation is here. I I try and stay out of this as much as I can. But the truth is, this is the point where they decide if they want to take us to the cleaners and own us for the rest of our lives, or they just hand over and make the Tremere happy. I don't think either of those options are better than the other. We just have to make them think that we're more useful around than dead.
What is the point of masquerading and holding the charade that is responsibility if they do not opt in for the control of someone willing to submit?
No, I agree
Because they
with
can
you.
sell that to someone else. That's the cold hard truth.
Well, there is a third option. I still have till tomorrow night to go back to my sire and play a more dangerous game.
It's already pretty dangerous.
No, honey. No. We're talking somebody that can tell the prince what to do.
Does that even exist? I got the full lesson. There's no one above a prince.
Doesn't exist without, a debt to suit the weight of such a honor.
I think that's kind of when you hear like metal rattling.
Yeah, there's the
There
rattling
she
of
is,
the push
asking
cart.
ye shall receive. Maybe we just need a different perspective. The last time I really laid it down with Betty, she came out the other side, really supporting some of my darker thoughts. So maybe Betty's
That's the
right.
first thing you
That
hear,
was a
Betty.
good conversation.
That
was
is
a
the first
great
thing you hear, Betty,
conversation.
when you walk in. Is you hear
I
Janet
feel
say
like Betty
that.
heard a little bit more
Sure.
coming into that, but she just says, I love when options are extortion, ownership, or ritual dissection. So which is it that we're deciding on?
Well, possibly all of the above. David's come clean to the harpy.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. To some degree. And the harpy's supposed to be taking it to the prince, and then they're going to decide if David basically is or is not property of Siaka.
Well, this all sounds not good.
Precisely, that's what I said. Because it's still a gamble.
But there's good news. You're all still here, which means nobody's decided yet.
That is true. I am of the current question as to whether or not it is more valuable to go up the food chain or go down it.
I hadn't thought about that one. Who do we step on?
Oh, honey, no. We submit to somebody else that will protect us against the Camarilla long enough to keep David alive, which is not ideal.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I've been hearing you say for the last 10 minutes, right? We're submitting to your sire or
up,
to the
or
prince.
do we want to submit down? Submission is no question.
Oh, I was hoping you knew a bunch of goons that we could stab some
And
people.
when you say that, Janet, probably unwillingly comes to mind your own sire saying, "I've had to drop to my knees," and
it's just part of the game.
Yeah.
But in the
Well,
end,
David, while they're pondering, what's your thoughts on this situation? It involves you the most of all of us.
I feel as if the moment that I came out of that box, I've become a perpetual problem.
I love a good problem. Who doesn't? Makes life exciting.
What Betty said. You think I got here because I didn't have to face problems? I'm just of the mindset now that we are gonna have to we're gonna have to bet either way. We either bet on the prince taking David's side, or I go up the food chain and I make a play for more power. Which will do what we want, which is protect all of us, not just David. But decisions like that come with a cost, and not just a standard price tag, if you know what I mean.
Well, if I was a betting woman, and well, I very much am, I think that the Camarilla will definitely want whatever David has within their grasp. I don't think
Even
they're
if the
going to
prince is
hand him
besties
over
with
to the
person who
Tremere.
believes they own David.
The more you're saying it,
There's a bunch of people who think they own David, but David is his own.
Oh no, I totally
And he doesn't
agree
even
with you.
have a
That's kind
sire.
of the legally side of things is what I was saying. Like the prince gave him a position of power. The Tremere can't just take him and kill him, but you know they're gonna play the red tape of well, we don't kill him, well, we just took him up and do some scientific blood magic bullshit. Like I don't know. All I know is that Elspeth and Asai have been very clear that him being given back to the Tremere is a really bad idea. And I'm out of ideas other than going above everybody's head. Or
It's
like you
starting to
said, taking
sound
the risk
really
and just waiting
appealing.
for the prince to make a decision. Which also could be our heads, by the way. Not just which is why, Betty, I want to warn you, you should probably, keep a distance. I warned Leon, y'all were never there on the docks that night. You're not guilty. As long as you don't want to be.
Well, I don't feel guilty, so
You're never there.
Likewise, although I do feel indebted, I'm not going to say that I don't owe any of you anything. I'm kind of in this for the long haul. I'm not.
Well, don't tell anybody
I'm
that,
not
because then they're going
stepping.
to call you part of the coterie.
But the thing is, if you lot die, I'm going to be on my own, and everyone else is really fucking boring. So I think the thing I'm trying to say here is, can I have it both ways, where I don't get blamed for this docs thing, and also get to hang around with you lot?
Well, so I want to be honest. You all making it very clear that we came with you to do a job to get the other box at the docks that night is actually a really valid point in a court of order around the issue, and that we did in fact only take the box in which we came to get, right? And we delivered it without opening it. We did that. It just so happened that the other box on the freight woke up and came home with us. No offense,
Yes.
David. Which is to say, are you gonna blame the puppy? No. For following you home? No. He's a sentient life form that has choice, by all means, and technically he has more choice and more rights because the prince already gave him, a station and a place here in the city. That's about as good of a red tape legalese as I can come up with.
The Camarilla don't care about rules.
No, they don't, which is why I'm
But-
just afraid she's gonna throw our necks to the chopping block.
Yes, but for right now, we're safe. Unless people want reprisals, they're not going to come and take our heads until they have the proper say-so. We're good right now. So we can take a step back and think about this. I really like your idea of going over the head of the prince.
It would piss
I
so
gotta
many
say,
people off. It would be great.
that sounds amazing.
Right.
The last time I was in this situation, David, we're both pretty damn new, and we both came into this at a really, really fucking difficult position. Mine, significantly less so, but I had my baggage. I got sold out. I work for the man now, and that worked out fine for me. That's your lot if you pick the Camarilla. And if you're okay with that, then I will back you the whole way. But if there's even a chance that you could fly free, I would strongly consider it.
I just wish to exist. That is all.
Then pick the Camarilla. I thought you wanted more than that, but
I can define everything else the moment I realize my life and your lives are not on the line. I'm most worried
they're
about
always
your
on the
lives.
line, David. Whether you're here or not.
It does not seem that way.
Well, they make a lot of things seem that way.
And
I
if
have
it
not
wasn't
known a
you,
life.
It was going to be another problem, honey. There's always a problem. It's not
How
just
many
you.
problems does Janetti let walk into her life to take everything she has from her?
Well, she let me and Leon walk into her life, so
The only thing you took from
I
her was
willingly
alcohol.
went to the docks and New York, and so those are my choices. Thus, consequence. You know, I understand. That's not on you, honey. I could have told you to go home and leave me alone.
I have brought you shame.
You have not brought. Do I walk around like I know shame? Those are 5 letters that don't fit in my vocabulary, honey.
I heard the tone in your voice when you spoke with your sire. I heard how you spoke to the prince.
Special relationship. I didn't get to speak to the prince.
oh, that's fear. Not of you,
I
of
am
them.
also not afraid. I have a
She's
very
afraid.
specific relationship.
I imagine
with my
Betty's like
sire,
taking a swig of something when she says that. Too. She's like,
and
oh, she's afraid.
I respect the prince regardless of whether or not I agree with how she handles certain situations, and whether or not she's rude is secondary. So,
My only wish is that each of you continue to live and that the memory of David is not framed in loss, challenge, and fear.
honey, as poetic as that is, none of that's. I don't. As much as I like a solid yes or no answer, if you're telling me that the harpy is going to talk to the prince, that does seem like a good bet. At least we're going through the right channels.
Oh,
Harpy is
let's
going
not
to talk to the
pretend
prince.
either option,
Either
any
way.
of these options end cleanly
No,
for
they
us.
don't. They're all bad. So really, we're just trying to decide how bad. Like, where on the bad scale are we choosing to play our cards?
I say fucking go all in. How much worse could it get?
Wait, you could lose everything.
Because just a reminder, like if you go with the side of the Camarilla, it means you're going to go to court and you're going to make an argument for yourself, and the prince can decide to hand you over to the Tremere as the decision of the court.
Is
and
made.
if that's the case, there's no getting out of that. You could fight, but there's going to be a lot more powerful kindred present to make sure they can enforce. Or if you go the other route, it's a different situation. I'm curious, does Leon or Betty ever ask, like, what is this other route? Because you're like, oh,
No,
I'm
I'm
interested,
being
but,
vague
like,
as fuck.
Yeah, is there
Well,
any
she said going over the prince or something,
going
like
over
talking
the
over
prince,
the prince.
yeah, and I wonder if that would tickle, like, does Betty can think, I mean, you could think of maybe a couple things, but you're very curious about what she's, you wouldn't know necessarily what she's
Yes,
talking
but
about.
I also don't think it's necessarily, that is a statement, right? That is
Oh,
no
for
longer
sure. Yep.
like
Yeah.
that is something, if you go above the prince, that is a statement. Everybody in the city will know. That's a decision. That's a big decision to make if you want to do something like that.
I think part of David's problem is he doesn't understand what the next level up is, and he doesn't have a recognition of the fear of death. He only fears the loss of each of you. So he's realistically, in my mind right now, David is contemplating just turning himself into the Tremere just so your lives are easier.
Which Janet was afraid of. So, David, if the decision you made was to go to the Harpy and she said that the prince is going to take us to court, then we go to court. We are Camarilla, after all. It is our right. Damn it.
I will tell you, Janet, if you go the other route, court still happens. Somebody goes in your place, though. You don't go to court.
Okay.
But the court still happens.
I will message you on break what I'm thinking on that. I
Okay.
want David to decide if he wants to go to court, and then
Absolutely.
we will make backup plans. But I need David to make the decision, like what he wants to do.
Of course.
If my fate is already determined, then is court even something I should concern myself with?
Well, honey, that's kind of the point of court, is even if they think they've made a decision, you get a chance to at least speak your truth. So
My truth
even,
doesn't matter to them.
but does it matter
I spoke
to
my
you?
truth tonight, and they said that it's not up to me, it's up to the prince. And if her decision is already made, then my opinions, my decisions matter not.
The court
Maybe.
is.
But
But-
you first.
I'm just saying the court is a good option as long as you can go in there with someone you know is going to be your friend. That's not the prince. That's not the harpy or whatever her name was. But someone in the Primogen Council, a courtier, literally anyone you can bribe, seduce, blackmail, anything you can get something over on someone so that they stick up for you in that room is going to help you immensely. Just stack the deck in your favor and then do the court. Because if it's done in front of a crowd, it's way easier for everyone to know that Tremere can't touch you. I think it's legit. It is a legitimate option. There's no foregone conclusion here. And I'm not saying I prefer one over the other. I'm just saying we have chances and we can use them to keep you around, because that's what I want. And this is what I've been saying all along. Get stronger, bigger friends to bully our bullies. That's all we need.
How do we get stronger friends to bully our bullies when none of them will even field us a moment to speak?
We owe favors. We do jobs. We work our fucking asses off like we have the entire time. That's all we've got.
David, honey, do you want to go to court?
Do you think it is valuable for me to go to court?
It's not about what I want. Do you want to go to court? Do you want to go up in front of those people and have a chance to speak that truth to more than just the ears of the harpy? In front of the Tremere and everything.
I don't see a point in it.
Okay. So then what do you see a point in? Because you can look at this as a dead end, or we can look at it as opportunity.
Do you believe it will make a difference for me to go to court and be only honest, because I cannot
believe
lie?
that telling the truth in front of everyone, including the Tremere, only gives you more of a fighting chance. If you don't even take it, you've given up before the fight started. You have to at least try, right? For yourself, for us.
This still may implicate more people that do not wish to be involved.
I understand that. That is why, instead of a either-or option, we're going to go a yes-and option. A plan A and a plan B. So plan A is David goes in there and he shows the best version of himself. And you make a reason why the city needs you not on a slab in the Tremere's little experiment lab. You tell him why you are special enough to join the city. And then if the worst case scenario comes out, you're still going home with the Tremere, Janet Janetti's got your back. Hell, I got blueprints to the house. I'll break in. It's not the first time in my life, a little B&E. It's good for the soul.
I didn't know you were into that.
Yeah, well, honey, everybody ages and grows up. Now I pay other people to do it for me.
Damn, okay.
Well, she's paid me to break into a
Mom.
few places here or there.
What I'm saying, David, is we're not going to, even if we have to go down fighting, we're all going out together. I'm not going to let him take you away.
You understand this game more than I do.
And you were asking the right questions earlier. How do you make bigger friends, right?
And, going to the Harpy and doing what you did is a way to make a friend of power. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Probably even better than I would have done, because, God, sometimes she talks and it just right into my ear. It just really irritates me. Anyways, I think we should wait to be called to court and really give it a try.
I like Miss Bosley,
Good.
even if she does not like me.
I didn't get that vibe, or she wouldn't have given you the time of day in a private room. He got in a private room with a Harpy.
Also, Betty, I am sorry that I allowed you to frustrate me and I felt like you were lying.
About what?
I met them. They are very strange.
Who's them? There are so many people that I know.
The cardboard knight that played with his genitals.
Ah, yes, yes.
And his friend, the man with the tin cans also hanging from his genitals.
Yeah, yes, the tin can man with the dick.
With the dick, yes.
It's been a lot, Leon.
Oh, they're very fun. I'm glad you got to meet them. I didn't know you were frustrated. Betty's grinning.
Anything is possible, and Janet, I will not go down easy.
Good. Go down with the fight, honey. If we're going down, we're swinging. Hold my hoops and everything, you know?
And when she says that, we can fade to black and take a break here. And we will return with more conversation between our coterie and figure out exactly how this is going to go.
Yeah, I'll send you a message on break. Okay, we'll be back. Be right back.
welcome back from break, everybody. And obviously some conversations had, so we're just going to jump right back into it. And I imagine as our camera
Cameras. Look at our camera positions.
Are we all
Oh,
off?
because some people.
Oh, I'm currently the storyteller.
I can fix this. I can fix this.
Probably
take it
my
away,
fault,
Bub.
'cause
No,
I
go ahead,
turned my
Bub.
camera
How's it
off.
go? I'll be David.
I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this.
Yeah,
Everybody
you're good.
just watch Leapfrog
Don't
happen.
panic. Don't panic.
Did I get it right?
Turns out Mathis
I
was
did
one
it.
of the people David was made of.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
made up
no.
all along.
Oh,
Okay, we're good. We're back.
I mean,
we should
it's
be
true.
in-
I think all three of them are Mathis.
Jesus.
Don't break my immersion.
So as our scene snaps back in, it's kind of the whole the coterie here all kind of standing too. This also goes to something that I think Betty and Leon need to decide too, because if you show up at court, you're essentially declaring yourselves part of the coterie by legally and by proxy. If you're showing up, Leon's already kind of on the edge for setting up security for you guys and kind of working with you guys a lot, but just know that like there are also legal ramifications of pulling you guys in because you have plausible deniability for the moment with the New York stuff and whatnot. So that's also something that Betty and Leon probably should consider if they're going to end up going, because you'll become part of the fall
Betty does
guys.
not want to go to a courtroom.
Yeah, Betty probably is.
That's why I told y'all to take a step back. Just go home.
We can't do that.
Maybe that's the line we come back to is like, as I'm telling you
I
all to
mean,
just go
Betty
home.
was the one who got the box too, so she also helped fulfill shit for the Tremere
Mm-hmm.
with the rest of us, I guess.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Betty's kind of already ingratiated herself in helping you take care of the
Look,
Tremere
I take a
favor.
lot of contracts. I do a lot of work for a lot of people.
That's how Janet feels. We took a contract to get a box from the docks.
Yeah.
David followed us home. Then you were like, we're missing what was in the box. We're like, was it their dog? We don't really know. We
Hey, I
don't
delivered a
really
box and I didn't open
know.
it even though I wanted to.
Right? And
I have put
you know,
multiple sealed boxes in front of you over multiple campaigns, and you guys never open them. It's so annoying.
I tried really
Look,
hard.
I
one
really
time and
wanted
couldn't get
to.
into it.
Something worth opening in.
Stop putting
then.
locks on boxes.
No,
Mathis.
how would you know unless you open it?
I
thing
was
is-
Trick me
really
with that.
tempted to open it.
Mathis, you keep saying when we do this, you have this quote where you say, once the box is open, you can't close it. And that's my
true.
fear is some boxes are supposed to stay shut, dog.
You started us with Pandora's box. That's why we're traumatized.
Yeah, we're traumatized.
Yeah.
Like
You're
knowing
still-
that had Dakota opened that box, everything would have. No, thank you. No,
Mhm.
thank you.
That was-
I'm glad
oh,
I
that
could
would've
been a
not
different
open that
game.
box.
I'll make you a promise. Put something in a box. Next chance, I'll open it.
All right, I'm going to take notes on that right now.
Oh,
Next
God.
box Leon opened.
Janet
The
Jesus.
last box that you were forced to open, you had a friend inside.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't. No, we were not.
That-
We did not open this. See, this is why Janet needs to be the lawyer. We did not open that box. That box opened itself, and David
True.
stepped out on his own and thus followed us home.
Look, we
did
just took out a
not
little
kidnap
stone
him.
thing that was shaking.
Yeah.
That's
And
all.
technically, we didn't even put that in his
Okay.
chest. It just had
No,
to be
he
there.
put it.
Malachi
yeah.
put that in his chest. So really, we're still just fall guys. We're just fall guys.
I don't know if that's gonna fly.
I'm just saying. Legalese
If
red
anything.
tape says technically we did not take David out of the box. He took himself out of the box.
Yeah. But this isn't a fair and balanced court system you're walking into in any way, shape, or form. That being said, as we fall back into the scene, we were left with like, who is it? I guess like there's still you have to make a decision.
You know, we could go back to the lawyer plan. I could beg my sire, take on a boon, and owe him some stuff, and he could get you a good defense lawyer, like, you know, a kindred defense lawyer in time, and you could go to court with somebody that can play the law for you.
If you think that this is valuable, then I will do that.
Explain the. You said it was a ripcord, real quick.
Yeah, that's a much bigger ask.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but what exactly are we asking for?
I would be asking for a favor from a very powerful Ventru on the West Coast who has sway to princes and councils alike.
Damn, so you really are going up the chain.
Yeah, ripcord. I would owe a
And
great
like I said,
deal.
if you decide to go down that path, yeah, it's a statement where
It
we're
has
not
its
just going.
consequences, but in the long run, it could really benefit us. And it would assure that David does not go into the hands of the Tremere, and nothing they could do would assure they can touch him, you know?
Well, that could be plan B.
What I
How
said.
easy is that to enact?
Well, I have already started. Tomorrow night, I have to go to my sire and tell him whether or not I would like him to make that contact or not. So it's just really a yes or no now. David, do you want to be assured you can go to court and win, or would you like to go in with at least a fighting chance with a lawyer? Because either way, honey, I will take on the risk of whatever it takes to get you out of this situation. You know that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you've already sacrificed so much.
The house was so boring anyways. It needed a full top to bottom makeover. My husband's ghost, he was there. It wasn't that great anyways. Plus, look, my hands look so much nicer now that I'm not a seamstress. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just stuff, right? Plus, look,
Yes.
we got a whole quarry now, and it's almost done.
That is true.
We're going to look to opportunity and the positive. And the positive is nothing stops Janet Janetti. Except for a Camarilla court, where you have to tell me do you want me to take those steps? Because I will do it, honey.
What would the Ventru do?
Well, I would take on a rather serious boon with my sire to have him play cards to the local Ventrus to find you a Ventru to go to court with you as your wingman, and stand up for you and play the court system in hopes of winning.
Then we should do this.
You want a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, honey. I can do that.
Just tell me what the cost will be, because I understand that nothing is free.
Well, I won't know till I tell my sire that's what I'm looking for. He will then decide what I owe him.
Does Leon still seek clarity about what that ripcord is? Because he kind of brought it up, like, out of curiosity, but it was never answered. It was
Janet
never
just dodged
answered.
it.
Yeah, she did. She's like, "What are you talking about?"
I said a
don't know.
Ventru from the West Coast. I said some things. I would owe some people.
Leon might not necessarily know who that is.
Yeah,
That might give Betty a couple of ideas. A Ventru from the West Coast with power. Actually, yeah, Betty, you can make me intelligence politics.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
Betty
with the
gets
power
the-
to go
the-
above
With
the
the
prince.
power to sway the prince in a court of their own city, that definitely
I see.
limits the number of Ventru who could do that.
What are you wanting me to roll?
Intelligence politics, if you don't mind.
Ooh, not my strongest suit.
I would accept an intelligence streetwise, but the difficulty is a lot higher.
Mm. I mean, I am stronger there.
Yeah. Your call.
And it's not like I
I'll do
I
the
can
intelligence.
give you her name if it makes it easier. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's very clear to Betty and Leon that you're dipping the question a little bit. You seem to never give a straight answer as
Again,
to who this
it's
individual
like
is.
saying her name may invoke her appearance. You know what I mean? Like
One.
it's one of those kind of
One?
people.
Could be, yeah, it could be, and there's a couple people you could think of. It could be anyone. Leon, do you have any dots in politics, Leon?
Do I? I have one. Oh, wow.
Okay, if you have one in politics, I could take a roll. I didn't think you had any in politics, so. I didn't
Would you
think
say intelligence politics?
Yeah,
or-
intelligence politics.
Oh, I can do some of that.
It might make sense. Leon would do some research.
3.
3? That's hard.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. What you would probably the way I think you would probably think Fiorenza's name, but you would probably immediately go, well, Jana's probably not talking about Fiorenza because that's the only one that you could think of. But there's other people possibly, but Fiorenza's.
She would be that
That's a lot.
stupid.
Yeah, I would say that. But yeah, that's probably what would happen for Leon.
Okay. Yeah, so I immediately go
so
to
a lawyer. I can get you a lawyer, honey. We can absolutely get you a good defense lawyer. Like the scum of the earth, somebody that's, gonna cut the red tape. There's gotta be one.
And you you really think they're going to do better than someone who can tell a prince what to do?
I do not. And it will assure that I owe my sire something. But if that's what David wants, then that's what David's going to get.
Of course.
Mm.
And I can ask around as well. Not that I would do any good, but I can do it for you.
Will this person that makes a prince make up their mind? Will they not ask for something more than your sire?
Yes.
Will they also petition for me to court?
I imagine with that card in play, you could choose if you wanted to go to court or not, honey.
Will that person be fair to me?
To you? Sure.
Will they be fair to you?
I will make a
in
deal.
yeah.
A deal usually means we come through on both sides. It won't be easy, but at least I won't owe my sire anything else. I say wary under my breath. And it is a smidge of an opportunity for me, you know? It comes with great risk, but great risk.
No, then let us do that.
You want to go, you want to do that one?
Yes, you said it comes with opportunities, and you have earned more than your fair share of opportunities. Earned and owed.
Oh, that's very kind of you, honey. Those opportunities will be far down the road, but I appreciate that sentiment. It's very, very sweet of you. Just so everybody knows, it will probably affect the coterie at large, and definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, assure that we probably make some enemies amongst the Tremere. And I imagine the council won't be very happy with us.
It cannot be worse. People are being murdered around me simply for knowing me.
But I will tell you this. You give Janet Janetti 10 years in the shadow of Fiorenza Savannah,
Oh,
and I promise
Eddie, you know that name too. You absolutely know that
We-
name.
will come out the better for it.
For those who may not know, maybe we were here last week or just don't know, Fiorenza is the Prince of Mexico City. She is relatively young. She took power very quickly, and she, in society through mortal life, like went way up the ranks in the UN, NGOs. Like she is, knew the Davos elite. Like she has connections that can sway world leaders. And
On just human
people-
scale, which is actually kind of why Janet loves her, because Janet, like the mob, also believes that like our control amongst ourselves is bullshit unless we control the mass of human, the human population, which is why she's stuck with the mob. Like she actually kind of agrees to that, even though the Ventru hate her for being a new money Ventru. Like respect from Janet, respect. So I'm just saying, you know. They it became the Kim when she stepped in and swatted the Sabbat like a bad fly on a Saturday afternoon in the hot Georgia sun, you know?
It is relatively recently. I don't know
It's
when
real new. It's part of
canonically they did it.
Anyways,
So, what is the cost then?
well,
Someone like that doesn't.
No, more than likely I will owe her for life. She's probably gonna put some kind of contact in our general vicinity to be watched on a regular basis. I suspect she's gonna have a lot of questions about David, and more than likely both of you are now on her radar. Oh, along with Elspeth, of course. But I can promise you this, David. A woman like that, with that much money, that much power, and that much sway, she can definitely tell you who and what you're made of.
She seems to be very impactful and impressive to you.
Well, we've all got to have a role model.
Then I would like to meet her.
Yeah. Well, if this, you might just get your chance, David. You
they
might
say
just
don't
get
meet your
chance.
idols. I think that's very true in this case.
So that's a no from you, Leon?
I'm seriously skeptical of how fucked we'll be afterwards, but no, I mean,
Well, the
she
kind of
will
joy
get the
is
job
because
done.
of her, we're actually not that fucked at all, but we're going to be very disliked.
No,
That's
she would
fine.
own part of the problem and the solution.
What Betty said.
Yeah. It's not a no from me. It's just a don't go to
I mean, do
meet
you
her.
all really want to slave away for the next, like, 6 or 7 decades trying to earn respect from these motherfuckers who are on their own knees begging for respect?
No.
So, yeah, it might
So we
upset
get
a
on
few-
our knees for her.
Right,
Either
at
way,
least
we're
it's
on our
just one,
knees.
and it's a woman. And
I've
she's-
been on my knees for a woman before. That sounds fine.
So has David, maybe. Honey, I don't actually know what that night looked like, but I suspect we could all choose the lesser of the two evils, which is we
Look,
get on our
don't
knees.
get me wrong, Janet. I love a woman with power and long memories, but I just prefer to know which memories they plan to keep.
And maybe we can discuss that. The problem is getting in contact requires real. Well, I only know one person that can do it. That's my sire. That's about as far up the food chain as I can go. He will have to make the phone call or whatever it is. And we have to hope that she wants what we're offering. Which David could, in fact, be some questioning and looking into you. But that's what you have saw it, right? You wanted it from the Witch of the Yards. She didn't give you what you was looking for. Maybe this woman can. And I bet you she'll take you seriously. And that in itself is worth more than gold, because all of these people in court, as you clearly pointed out, aren't going to listen to you. This is a woman who sees opportunity in nothing. And she has respect for all of the humans. True story.
Okay.
Put it on a t-shirt. Sign Janet up.
I'm in.
I am also in.
Betty.
Look, I'll play the game either way. Just she kind of like looks between you all. Just I'm telling you, none of it's free.
And that I'll quote you on because I have zero doubts. But it will assure that we all walk away with our heads. And in the end, David doesn't end up with the Tremere, and we can stay together. So I feel like that's a price worth paying. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right. He wanted me to show up tomorrow night, or can I
Yep.
make a phone call?
Nope.
Oh, great.
He told you to show up tomorrow night. Gave you the time and the place.
Okay.
I mean, you could make a phone call tonight earlier than anticipated and see if you can get through now if it's something you think Janet would do.
Well,
It's not a bad-
I would respect his request, which is to give it 24 hours. All right, well then, you know what? You have 24 hours if we're going to change our minds, because I got to go to this time tomorrow night back to his door to give him an answer.
Well, I haven't met your library friend, David.
Peggy.
The last time we were supposed to go bring her a milkshake,
Things got
Betty's
crazy.
special milkshake, and we never got to.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Your detour took a 90-degree turn.
Well, do you have any books you finished, David? You checked a whole bunch out. Remember, you got to take them
I
back to the
have
library.
finished them all.
Oh,
I
well,
have finished them all.
well, you should take it back before you get a late fee.
There are late fees.
Oh yeah, honey. If you don't return the books in time, they're late fees.
She said that I could keep them for as long as I wished.
Well, she's a very nice librarian.
She is very nice.
Well, you should still return the books. They don't belong to you at your leisure. But
This
if
is true.
you and Betty want to go meet your librarian friend.
David closes the gap on Janet very quickly and like gets really close, kind of like head over shoulder.
What do I do about my dandelions growing back?
It's like a puberty thing.
Should I tell them about...
And he like the vial.
Oh, got it, honey. It was like that moment where your son's like, "Mom, I'm growing pubic hair." And you're like, "Ah!"
Is that something you want to share with everybody?
Okay, I see. Well, if you feel like sharing, we trust these two very much. You can share. Maybe they have insight we don't.
He turns kind of abruptly and looks at them.
I killed a kindred.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that's where we'd start, but he did. He did.
Well, how? Who?
I do not know whom, but someone inside me knows. I remember saying in my voice, but not from my mind, something about, do you not remember who I am? And then I tore their head from their body, and they turned to dust.
Just a little afternoon vengeance.
Hmm?
Yeah, David, we visited this witch of the yard to see if she could help us with protecting David. Obviously, that didn't work out. And along the way, Dave got got a little upset and left.
She took my wings from me. It was very, very upsetting.
Yeah, and then he grew flesh wings and flew away and killed a gangrel.
He had a necklace and a coin.
Anarch territory. I don't have the necklace.
Elle said it was a fetter.
But I do have the coin. And you know what? Who better to look at symbols than Betty? I go digging in my purse for like candy, like Grandma does at the front pew of church, and I pull out this coin at the bottom of my Versace bag, and I slide it across. It's got an address on one side, and then it's got a bloody fist on the other.
Betty, you see the bloody fist, and I don't need you to make me any rolls. You know what this place is.
Okay.
100%. It is the Bloody Knucks. It's a fucking fighting club, underground fighting club for Kindred specifically, where you can go and sign up to fight, or your favorite, go gamble on fights.
Oh. Okay. Well, go ahead.
It is
You know what,
completely, it's one of those, like, everybody knows it, but it quote unquote doesn't exist, quote unquote. Like, it's technically not allowed, but people let it go because people need an outlet.
Right. Kindred need a safe space.
Okay. Yeah, I shared that information with you guys.
So we assumed, but I was kind of, it is an actual fight club.
Well, yeah, if you were you interested in putting in a little fight?
No, but I'm always interested
I
in
would
making
pay
money.
to see that.
Kind of, yeah.
David, you had mentioned wanting to let out some aggression in a healthy way. Maybe instead of killing Gangrel, you can go beat them in a fight ring.
Is that the smartest move right now? What
No,
what
not right
happens
now,
if
honey. No. Later, we bank it for like a rainy day or something.
That's like a post-court celebration.
Celebration. You go beat a Gangrel's face in. I guess this is helpful, Betty. This is really, really helpful. The bloody knucks.
I want to go back to David killing someone. Can we go back to that for a moment?
I'd
love
my
to see
body
that.
did, but I did not.
Well,
I don't-
that will only get you so far. I'd
Right,
like
yeah,
to say
that's-
that my body did things that I didn't want to do as well.
I'm gonna put it in. It's spelled. God, Jesus Christ. I know you probably think it's spelled like Bloody Knucks, K-N-U-C-K-S, but it's actually N-U-X.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No.
Of course it is. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's super
In the
edgy and
Northeast.
sick and cool to go to.
When the witch took my wings and I tried to make them come back again, I could not, and I asked for help from inside. Because I know that there are people inside of me. I do not know their names, but I know that they can come out, and I let them, and I found myself again in the woods near Anarch territory with the man that did not know me, but I knew him, and I killed him.
Betty, you know
Okay.
a lot of people. So, hear me out. If we work backwards, and we're trying to figure out who might be inside David, and this guy was an arch nemesis of somebody inside of David, if we can figure out maybe who that guy is and who he had beef with of the past, this is like your thing, right? Digging up dirt on people. If we can figure out who
I
the
can
gang
certainly
was,
try.
then maybe we could try.
So where did you kill this fellow, or your insides did?
There's a long pause, and he will tell you how long it takes to walk there because he doesn't really know where it is. It's just like 2.5 hours, and he points in that direction in the woods, and it's that Anarch territory. So Mathis would have to dictate that location.
Yeah, so Mathis,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
down south in
Yeah.
the woods on the outskirts. It's kind of where lupine territory sort of begins. There's some known lupines out that way.
Before you hit Dorchester.
Yep.
Ugh.
I mean, if Betty can figure out who the dead gangrel is, but of course, out giving away who killed him. Or, you know, do you hang out at this fight club? Do you know a gangrel that fights regularly? Because he had the coin in his pocket.
Do they like have some kind of listing of who was fighting when somewhere in
yeah.
Mathis? Something like that?
Absolutely. They have a whole record every night of like who's fighting in like the kind of, you know, tournament style. And there's old records that you could like. They have old match records and stuff that you could get.
Can you describe this man at all, David?
Oh yeah, you did get a good look at his face.
There wasn't much left of his face before I tore it off of his body.
Well, before the tearing off part.
He had boots that were meant for walking across hard and long terrain, like hiking boots. It was like,
If I'm not misremembering, it was like cargo pants, like very like an outdoor. He was dressed very outdoorsy, like he was used to typically traversing across woodlands.
I cannot say that I know much more about him. I do not even remember the length of his hair or the color of his eyes.
Well, I don't know if he wears the same clothes every day, but people have their style, I suppose.
But the necklace seemed important. If it was not, it would not be a fetter, right?
It's true. And if he didn't have unfinished business, he probably still wouldn't be here, right? That's the whole ghost thing. So,
Was the coin on a neck, like part of a necklace?
So it's a necklace with a gangrel symbol on it and a coin.
Okay.
that's what
separately.
Elspeth has, that she ran the fetter on. The coin was in his pocket. She did not run it on the coin.
Okay, so the necklace, what was it?
A fetter.
It's a fetter. It's a necklace of the gangrel symbol.
Okay.
Someone would know if a gangrel has gone missing.
Well, you know, we've been a little busy the last few nights, so we've not really been able to hit the streets and hear rumor if anybody has reported a gangrel missing. We're trying to, you know, maybe keep it on the DL.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Any other information I need to be aware of before I traverse throughout the night?
I do not remember.
Are you taking
were
her
at-
to Peggy tonight?
Go to.
We can. We can see to Peggy.
Let me go to my
It's up to them. They want to go to Betty or they want me to
Betty
figure out who
page.
this gangrel guy is.
All right. Let me just check my Betty page because I made notes. Betty already looked into Liz's Boston Red Sox slider, and we didn't get a whole lot from it, right? That was last
Right.
time we were here. Okay, so I can remove that.
Yeah, because it was
I think.
the thing that was like lowly rolled
think
to steal from the purse.
Oh, but we should probably, I think Leon would at least find it interesting to note that Liz became extraordinarily lucky after she recovered. She
Oh,
won.
No,
Are they
they
not-
did,
Okay.
did tell me that.
She won the lottery twice.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing fishy about that.
He's in Europe
Yeah,
at the
super
moment.
weird.
Extra lucky.
Yeah. I have ideas.
But she should be back in the next, like,
Less than a week.
yeah, I was going to say 7 to 10 days. She should return.
Okay, so hey, look, I can check something off. We figured out what the coin is for. Thank you, Betty. My sons, have they looked into the bullet? We gave it to the mob to run.
You haven't really reached back out to
Great.
them after you kind of like gave them
Great.
over.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all done. No, I got a bunch of check marks because of Betty. Who's the dead gangrel for Betty? There you go. Who's the dead gangrel? Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we finally kind of caught y'all up, and then finishing up security. So, I mean, hun, there's nothing we can do but sit here and wait to be called to court. I can't talk to my sire till tomorrow night. I'll put the word in, and we will hope for the best.
Yeah, I think then David will just retire to work. I mean, all things considered, he's probably, even if his mind is kind of numb to everything, he's probably pretty inspired to just see what his hands are prepared to make. So he is going to art. He's
So
going to
not going
sculpt.
to library.
No, I don't think that going to the library right now is going to solve anything in his mind, and it might bring more chaos to Peggy, and he certainly doesn't want to do that.
That's fair.
Being wanted, yeah.
Well, I suppose I should go on a mission to find a dead gangrel. Anyone want to join me?
That does sound interesting, but I've got a few stops myself. So
All right,
if
then.
anyone wants to follow up on witches and or Primogen, feel free to join me.
Oh, that does sound quite fun as well.
Should we just go together? We'll do your thing and then my thing.
Betty will flip a coin. You pick Mathis. Which what? I'll flip the bloody coin. Actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Addressed
What-
or fist?
Yeah. Fist or dress.
Roll like just roll me a D10. Odds are the fist side, evens are the others, the address side.
Okay. The fists are. I join you.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you're gonna call.
Well, no, fist has to be bloody nugs, right? We
Okay.
follow up on your thing.
Yeah. Okay. Fists are. I follow up. Addresses. I join Leon. 5.
Odd.
Was the fist?
Was it? Is fists are even or odd?
He said the fists were odd.
All
Cool.
right. Well, it seems our paths part here.
No, let's. I'll come with you. I
All right.
surrender to fate.
Here we go.
So where are you going, Bloody Nuts?
I think that's first to see if there's any like a gangrel who's supposed to be in a fight that isn't showing up, right? Might be
Yeah.
a good first step.
Here's
Yeah, absolutely.
$1,000. If there's a good bet, Betty, I trust your judgment. Put the money down and we'll make money and you get half.
Betty will take the money.
How much are you giving her?
$1,000.
He said
That means
1,000.
It's gotta be a
1,000, I didn't
good.
hear
It's
that,
gotta be a
my
good
bad,
bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000 to go.
You're
make
never
Whether
seeing
she
that
gets it back
$1,000
or not
again.
is going to be a different story.
It's fine.
Yeah. So Betty just takes the money.
And I
shoves
look.
it
I
in-
look at Leon and I go, a good bet.
Okay, sure.
So, do you drive in Leon's car? I'm assuming rather than walking, and it's not that far out. Maybe about well, actually, from Waltham, it's like a little under an hour to get there. But eventually, you get to this address, and it looks about the same last time you saw it, Betty. It's this nondescript kind of featureless building with dark windows on the forefront, and on the outside there is just this slab of like concrete that leads to an iron door that has it just looks like cracks and the marks of people punching it and leaving bloody marks on the outside with their fists. As you walk up to the door itself, there is a gentleman. Gentleman is a stretch. There is a guy sitting there smoking a cigarette, kind of leaning up nearby the door, just kind of watching as people walk by. But when it becomes clear that the two of you are approaching, because I imagine you're going into the club itself, he kind of steps up. He
Yeah.
taps the cigarette out on the wall behind him as he takes a couple steps forward. He sits at over 6 feet, probably like 6'1" or 6'2". Leon, you're 6'5".
Yeah, I look
Yeah,
down
yeah.
on him.
Yeah. You look down on him. He looks down.
And
on
I'm
Betty.
like super short. I'm like really tiny. That's
And
funny.
you know how this goes, actually, Betty. In order to get in, you have to hand over the coin. So as he steps up, he just puts his palm out for the coin expectantly without saying a word, as though if you're approaching him, you already know what it is that you want. You are supposed to hand over.
Betty pulls the coin out of her ear, like a kind of a little illusion type of thing, and
Yep,
flips it into the air and has
looks
it land on his hand.
Not bemused whatsoever, but as you pull, you're like, ooh, flipping it out and it lands in the palm of his hand. He looks at it, and as he holds on to it, he will step back and simply say, "Anyone's first time."
Oh, it's both
Yeah.
of our first time. Do something special for us.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
just-
4'11", so I'm like very little.
He just gestures to the actual like area where it's clear people have punched and left like marks and bloody smears. Says tradition.
Ooh, fun.
All right.
Betty will punch it, and can I do like an illusion to make it look like I punched it harder than I really did?
I mean, yeah, you can. That's your ability. What are you using? That's like your level 1.
Yeah.
And Leon, are you just gonna, as you use like a regular your actual punch, you're gonna like strength brawl?
Oh yeah, I can roll for it.
Unless you wanted to do something else.
No, I'm just gonna crack my knuckles on this wall.
Just gonna punch this wall.
I just gotta beat my head against this wall. Okay.
Manipulation, obfuscate.
Yeah, you got a rouse check as well. I need a 1 rouse check from you, Betty.
Oh, good, because I'm gonna get hungry.
Okay, and then
And
yeah,
then-
manipulation, obfuscate, and then you would also have to make this roll. Anyone within eyesight would see this. Losing 2 additionally, it's not like you're gonna do anything. For those who fail to resist the composure wits in the next action.
I'm just doing it for funsies.
Yeah. Eddie, you're good. So yeah, we watched this. Betty just walk. You don't have to make a roll. You're just gonna make an illusion. So Leon first, like actually Betty would probably go first, and then Leon would follow because you punch and then walk in. And you, Betty, you watch as Betty walks up, a little 4'11" Betty. And what does this look like? You like
I wanna see.
make a dent and like it looks like really bloody and shit.
Yeah, I want to make it look like she did it much harder than they would think that she would, because she's like this little tiny old lady.
Yeah, well, I won't make you making a resist roll. You just see the illusion as it appears, Leon, as she like wheels back and leaves an impressive smear of blood on the wall. But oddly, it only made like a thunk sound when she did it. Very, very distracting. Betty walks in. The guy just kind of watches it happen and doesn't really say anything, but notes and gives you a nod. Betty, you walk in, and then Leon, you do the same.
Yeah, he's just on his way. He's not really paying attention to it. He's just like,
yep. I mean, you
leaves
still
skin
hit
and
for a
blood
3.
on the wall.
You know, you still hit pretty solidly, and you know, you don't punch hard enough to like leave a bloody smear, but you just do it out of respect and kind of punch the wall with some effort. As you move through and past the iron door, past this guy, and the door shuts behind you, you can hear this place well before you can see it, like a rhythmic thumping that is rippling upward through the building. The hall itself is just a tile floor with like plaster walls that have seen better days, and it just leads to a creaky, rickety elevator at the very end. You hit the call button, it slowly rises up from the bottom a couple of floors. The doors open with a rattle to them, and both of you step in. There's only one direction this elevator goes, and it's straight down. There's spray paint on the inside of this elevator, crude fist that's been spray painted on the back wall of this elevator. And as you hit the button and the doors kind of rattle close, the elevator just groans as it just goes down very slowly 2 stories. You know those elevator rides where you're pretty certain it's like a 50-50 shot this thing isn't going to make it and you're going to be the one that gets stuck in it? That's what it feels
Fun.
like, this whole thing. Eventually, when you get to the very bottom, it opens up into what was once like a cold storage area. And the noise that immediately greets your ear, unlike a club, it's the thumping of screams and hard hits. You can even, as the doors open, one of the first things you hear is the roar of a fucking crowd as you watch someone through the crowd in a kind of empty center area stumble off to the side. As you see, the main floor area has been repurposed into like what you know, Betty, they call it is the kill floor. You see drainage like grates put into the fighting ring where blood spills like frequently. This is a place where it's kindred, but also like ghouls as well. It's very much within kindred society. No real mortals, so they do host a once a month mortal fight night, which they really take pleasure in doing. And as you kind of just step in, you actually see the crowd is like pressed shoulder to shoulder just around this pit. Again, mix of ghouls, kindred, thin bloods, all different ages. And the jeering as the fight continues is just loud. The rules for this place are pretty straightforward, Betty. You would know them. I imagine you probably even would have told Leon the rules before you go in. The rules are very, very simple. On Mortal Fight Night, you don't kill the mortals. You don't fight the mortals. Mortals fight themselves. You don't ever injure a mortal in a way that is unnecessary. Rule 2, you don't fucking kill the person you're fighting. You bring them to the brink of death if they're still bleeding and putting up a fight, but you do not kill the person you're fighting. Everything else, negotiable. Disciplines are technically forbidden, but in lower card bouts that are like not as high skilled matches, there's some negotiation on like, okay, well, we can let you use some low level disciplines. That's about it. The bar, and there is a bar here, is literally a fucking sheet of plywood over like what do you call those things? Like a sawhorse thing, like you put on top of it. Yeah, that. And it's just somebody behind there getting fucking beers. They do not serve Vitae here. You have to bring your own Vitae.
Really
BYOV.
to this.
Huh?
I said I'm really glad I didn't go to this. I'm glad this is a Betty Leon adventure.
Yeah. This is not like an Elysium. This place isn't sanctioned. It's technically the prince either doesn't actually know about it or quote unquote doesn't know about it. And it's real important that you don't let your beast out. If the beast is let out, disciplines are allowed, and the person is like often to be put down, not killed, but put down in torpor and banned from the Bloody Knucks for life. And that is something you have to have in control here because you're already risking a lot to do here.
They have the beast wall, like the shame wall of your face, of like the not allowed way back anyway.
Absolutely. Actually, I love that.
The wall of shame.
Take, like Polaroids.
Exactly. That's exactly what my mind was. These pictures of all beat the fuck up because they've had to be put down, and it is a Polaroid shot of them leaning up against a fucking wall. No, it's them leaning up against the outside pillar where the punches are, and this picture taken. And there's a good like 7 or 8 of them that are up in the wall. And that's what you walk into. That's what this place smells of, fucking blood and beer and sweat of the mortals when the mortals are here. When you walk in,
let's
Betty,
find ourselves a gangrel.
And you also know, Betty, that if you're going to gamble, you do it at the same place you buy beers. You just like look at, they usually what they have, and you can see it when you walk up, where that little plywood quote unquote bar is. There's a pillar there, and it's like a metal tube pillar that goes up to the ceiling, and they have taped to it just a piece of paper with the matches and the brackets for the evening. And they're already started. You weren't here at opening. They're about halfway through their matches right now. And right now it's just a lower card match that's happening right now, as it's a particularly vicious one. You're looking for a gangrel. Where do you go first? Obviously bar is like a good place for information, but Betty moves through this place like she's been here plenty of times. What is it? Does Leon look interested? Is this overstimulating for Leon? How is this going for Leon?
He's actually very interested. He is probably quite enjoying this. He doesn't fit in, but like he's enjoying himself just watching people beat the snot out of each other.
And as you're walking, like while Betty is 4'11" and really can't even see through the crowd, at 6'5", you see over the crowd, and you can see this fight of two scrappy, like smaller kindred just sprinting at each other. At one point, one just lays a punch so heavily in his chest, you actually can hear the bones crack over the crowd before the entire crowd just goes, oh, like in reaction to that. And then he gets sent back a good 6 inches, skidding on his feet. Most impressively, though, that doesn't collapse him. He hunches a bit, gets up, and then launches himself to continue the fight. Betty, you're making your way over to the bar. Is that where you're going? Sorry, not to dictate where you're going. Where is Betty going?
I want to look at the thing with like who's all fighting.
Yeah, you're looking at the matches tonight, and yeah, you're going over some names that you're familiar with. You've bet on some of these people before. Right now, it looks like it's a pretty ghoul-heavy night tonight. It's right now the people who are fighting though are kindred. They're young kindred, like neonates, a few years old each. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, someone who might be good to bet on, and then also
Absolutely.
anyone who looks like a gangrel that fits the description. Or these aren't images; these are just names.
Just names of people. With a, they would have clan symbols next to their names.
Okay.
Ooh.
And if they're ghouls, they would have a clan symbol, but they'd be circled.
Okay. Then I'm looking for a gangrel symbol.
Yep.
As well.
Yeah,
and potentially anybody who has forfeit their match because they didn't show up for the first half so far.
Do you? Okay.
So three things.
Yeah. You're looking at the match thing. You do see a gangrel that is in the fight tonight, and they're actually one of the ones fighting right now. But if you're looking for someone who forfeited their match because they didn't show up, none are on this particular piece of paper. But like the bartender will have history matches of other ones for people who may have put bets on somebody but didn't but left early and wanted to come back and collect or pay their debts if they owe them, because if they don't pay their debts to this place, they will come fucking find you and collect. So they will have a history of it. So you could ask the bartender if they have any gangrel.
And when did he go missing?
Oh, a week ago?
Three
Less than
nights
a
ago,
week?
4 nights
3 or 4 nights ago?
Yes, but like 3 or 4 nights ago. So he's
So,
not been
yeah, it
missing
would've
very
been-
long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then any names that look familiar to me that I could bet on.
Yeah, give me a wit streetwise for the names as you look at these names.
All right, with street
Come on,
was.
Betty, let's make some money.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey.
Oh, could I do
right,
like
3.
a wits brawl to see who looks like they're in with a chance?
I can
You
willpower, right?
You can do that for the fight that's happening right now. Betty is making a roll to see if she recognizes any of these names that have won fights before, so she can make an educated kind of gamble. You're also gambling pretty late into the fight, so that comes with like a fee for doing that. But you're fine. You're able to do that. You can go ahead. Give me a wits. You can give me a wits street brawl. Rather, you said wits brawl.
Yes.
And with your wits streetwise, there is a name on there that you recognize. His nickname is Sully. He is a Bruja, and he's the final fight of the night. Actually, he's already won his first 2 matches of the night. He's got one last match, and he's looking at who he's going up against. You'd likely put your money on him.
Okay.
With the wits brawl, looking at the watching the fight, while the person who took the hit in the chest and you heard the bones break, certainly in that moment looked to be kind of losing. As you're watching it, you're realizing that they're playing a game of endurance against this other individual. This other person is going way harder than this person is, and they maybe made a misstep here and there and took a hit that they didn't intend to, but you're already seeing the slowdown happen, and they're starting to make moves that they were kind of holding back for. And you would, while it looks like one individual may have been winning, you'd put the money on the one that took the hit. Like, I'll just say it right out there, it's the gangrel. The gangrel who took the hit. He seems to be taking... if you look at the piece of paper, you see it's a gangrel and a Bruja fighting.
All right. Yeah, I lean over to the bar and like, 500 the one, the gangrel with the broken ribs. I'll pay the fee.
He does. You kind of speak that loudly over the crowd as they take another like scream. Yeah, somebody takes another hit. He just leans in and nods, and you just put the money on the table.
Yeah.
As he takes the money on, he just I guess he would just ask what your name was.
Leon.
Last name as well.
Weaver.
He writes both those down. And he just gives you not, and that's it. That's the only acknowledgement you get that your bet has been recorded.
Fun. That sounds trackable.
You see him put your money in a tin box somewhere behind him with the piece of paper like elastic to it.
Great.
So obviously, Betty, you also lean in. You put money on the individual. Same thing.
I think Betty first leans in for a drink at the bar if they have any.
Yeah. It's only booze. It's only cheap booze. Would you like
Perfect.
to blush of life so you can drink it and not puke it?
Oh yeah. And then the second aspect of this is Betty goes,
How much for some information? And then I'd like to put a little bet on the line as well.
As Betty would actually know his nickname. This guy goes by Brick. It's quite literally because he's fucking built like a brick wall, and he also has the personality of a brick wall. And as he leans in to you, and he simply says, "Good to see you, Betty. What do you want to know?"
well, he probably knows me
Yeah.
by a different name.
Whatever name you would have given him then, for sure.
Yeah. Probably Dolly.
Dolly. And you know your options are Jim Beam, Narragansett Tall Boys, and whatever else fell off the truck that week.
Oh, I want whatever fell off the truck.
Saw Dot react to that. Just like disgustingly.
The worst.
Well,
I've been to those parties.
Yeah,
Natty
he pulls a
ice, not
Pabst.
on ice. Yeah.
a lukewarm natty ice.
The
There's no
leftovers of all the bottles, you put them all together.
And there's no menu, there's no tap here. You pay in cash for everything up front, whatever it is you want. He'll pour you a whiskey in a fucking plastic cup if that's what you want. Do you want
Sure.
hard liquor? Or do you want cheap beer?
Hard liquor.
Okay, he'll pour you some Jim Beam in a plastic red cup straight.
Perfect.
And you hand him the money or whatever, and yeah, he just says like whatever name you've given him, he would just like he would recognize your face and just ask what do you want? What do you want to know?
Oh, I'm looking for a gangrel, one who might not have shown up in the last 3 or 4 nights.
There's a moment where he's like, fighter or patron?
Whichever comes to mind.
Hang on. He just
Maybe a
turns
little bit
around.
of both.
And almost like he doesn't give a shit. He just grabs a pile of papers, like a stack of 5 or so, and he just brings them over. And they're the matches from the night before that would have been taped up on the metal pole. And he just kind of like palms them out a little bit, and he just looks for a bit before he pulls out like the 3rd or 4th paper, and he slides it out, and he just hands and he points to one of the names as the gangrel symbol, and it just has a dark slash through it, like others don't. And he goes, a no-show.
How much for me to help you find him?
He shakes his head. I don't need to find him.
What's the name on there that's being slashed out?
His name was Cade.
C-A-D or K?
C-A-D-E.
Last name?
Just says Cade.
Okay.
No, it would have his last name. Sable. S-A-B-L-E.
Okay. Okay. Betty will slide over like 100 to him just for the info.
Yeah,
And then
without even taking, like, there's no subtlety to it. He just nods and takes the $100, and you just see him slip it in his front pocket. No one gives a fuck.
And then Betty will take the rest of the money that she was given and go,
Put this all on Sally.
Good choice. He takes the money, writes your name down, your bet amount, whatever, and puts it in the tin box behind him. He pours out your Jim Beam in a red plastic cup and slides it across the plywood and looks to Leon. You want anything?
No, I'm all sorted. Actually,
Like drink
How
wise,
does
you
one-
meant, obviously.
how does one get on that list? He points to the fight list.
Get here before opening. Hope the slots don't fill before your turn in line.
Good to know. Thank you.
You thinking about fighting, Leon?
I'm thinking I'm going to have to before long.
What
Might
does
as well
that mean?
practice. It just means that we're so fucked. And I want to be able to hold my own. I've watched David crush various parts of various people and various objects. And
Well, I
can't
watched
do
you
that.
punch that wall, and it wasn't going so well for you.
He looks at his bloody knuckles. I do what I can, but clearly that's not going to be enough for people who can employ enforcers and kindred with decades on us, you know?
But your skill set isn't in the punching of people, Leon.
I know, which is why I need to practice. I haven't got to where I am without intense, focused effort. And if I apply that to other people's faces instead of a computer, I think I can do okay.
Well, then you wouldn't be a master. You would be a jack of all trades. And I don't know if that's the way you want to be.
What's wrong with being a jack of all trades?
Well, it can be handy, I suppose, in some ways. But when it comes down to people needing you for something, well, you don't really have anything.
I have some things. Janet just paid me a crap ton of money for setting up a fence and a bunch of cameras. And
Is that
some other
punching
things.
someone?
I want to be self-reliant because as much as I like you all, this could go really badly for me specifically in some very unpleasant ways. And will I help? Sure. Do I want to be part of the coterie? Maybe. But I don't want to be left on my own again.
I don't know if I want to be at the pace that they're going.
You don't want to be in the coterie?
He looks at her. She looks at him again.
And when like, he
did
asks
I
that,
stutter?
And like, yeah, when Betty looks over, we kind of have a profile shot of the two of them, and we just hear this loud pummeling hit as the fight behind you just comes to an end. There's a mix of crowd jeering and a crowd booing on another side. The two of you just kind of look at each other in silence. One of the bodies is just dragged out, clearly unconscious. The other person taking a quick victory lap before he's ushered out, and the next fight gets ready to begin. The question, she looks to you like, did I stutter?
Yeah, that's what she looks at him like.
No.
I don't even think that they were meant to be one to begin with. It was kind of forced upon them all through the prince anyway.
So you think that just means it's all going to fall apart. David's going to get dissected by some Tremere. Janet's going to get strung up by her
I think
thumbs
he's too
by
much of
some
a
random...
prize, and maybe this isn't the place to be having that kind of conversation, Leon.
It's not
Also, you should think of a different name, something you go by when you're doing things like this.
It feels goofy to say my internet handle in real life. I already have another name.
Well, then pick a different one if you're embarrassed of it.
I'm not
That's the beauty of coming up
embarrassed.
with names.
It's a name for that. That Leon is different to the Leon you see here. We're way off track here. You don't want to join this coterie?
Look at what has happened with them. I don't know if it's something that I want to be part of either.
It's not worth spending all this time and effort on these people if you're just going to abandon them when it gets tough.
Oh, I never said I'd abandon them.
So you're 1 foot in, is what you're saying. You're on the fence until it's convenient for you.
I'm saying friends can be stronger than blood sometimes.
Okay, that sounds like an argument to join.
Yes, but it's also nice to have someone on the outside. I had this conversation with Janet already. I think she understands now.
So you really are intent on being a mercenary?
Why not? It's more fun, don't you think?
I'm not going to say it's not fun.
We've taken our fair share of jobs.
Yeah, I don't know. The last time I was part of a group, it didn't end well for me, and I'm just hoping this one's different.
What happened last time? I don't know if you've told me this story before. Come, sit down.
And Betty will find them a seat.
The second fight begins. People are immediately roaring.
Yeah.
The crowd is excited.
Wait, did I win? Oh, fuck it.
You would have actually, someone would have brought, not the bartender, but likely a Thin Blood or something, would have brought over your winnings. You would have won.
Oh, nice.
You won a profit. You put 500 down on. You would have, after the bar takes its about 15% cut of your winnings, you get about $140 in profit. So $640 total.
Not nothing. Especially after the fight started.
Betty put money on the headliner fight, so that's coming up after this one.
At the end, yeah.
But you grab a seat. Betty's drinking some Jim Beam out of a plastic cup. Delicious.
Oh, I'm hungry.
After this, I need a
you already
little bit of
rolled
a
for- you already-
snack.
You already rolled for your blush of life. You should be good.
Okay. All right.
It's not normally something I talk about because it's kind of something that would have gotten me arrested back when I first met you. But now I'm dead, it doesn't really matter, and that already kind of happened, so
I think that's the difference between me, you, and the rest of them. We knew each other before.
It was nice when I didn't think you were kindred.
Hmm. What changed?
It's just knowing a whole bunch of things I wish I didn't. I just assumed the smell and the desiccation was the result of a really bad drug habit.
Oh, well, it definitely was.
Oh, okay. You just got stuck like that.
Pretty much.
Shit.
But it hasn't gotten worse. I hear it does.
Well, it's better than being a Nosferatu.
You look around to make sure no Nosferatu heard you.
So
I want to make.
Did you just call Betty ugly?
Oh shit! No, I don't want more enemies. I've got enough of that.
It's loud. They're not gonna have many dice here. No, they.
Okay.
I imagine we're
Okay.
kind of talking quietly, too.
Oh yeah, exactly correct.
The last group I was a part of, and he keeps looking around because now he's paranoid. It was a hacker ring. We'd gotten tasked to find some pretty shady shit, which was so much fun. But from what I understand and what I've pieced together afterwards, one of them was a mole. And that's how we all got hit. And I don't know who it was. I know one of them's dead. Everyone else has disappeared. But it's always in the back of my mind that, well, David is easy enough to read, and Janet's motivations are relatively clear. There's something about having a group that I can see and keep track of and understand that makes this different. Well, that makes me hope that this is different. Because if it happens again, I don't know what I'd do.
Well, trust is something you build.
But if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
I just expect everyone to be self-interested. And that makes
And everyone
easier.
is, and that is very much a good point.
It's fine. It's actually okay for them to be that way.
So, have you not been curious to find this mole? I would.
I tried a few times, but then I got busy being taught about society, gestures widely, by my sire, and then various threats from people to do busy work. So I haven't had a lot of time for it. And also, I really want to get more information on who killed Mutt. I feel like that is a cold case. Mutt's real.
Very much so. And I have a fear that that was a message for someone.
But there's still a lead. There's nothing on any of my old friends.
Have you found anything else out about Mutt?
What do my notes say? No. I've been trying to track it. Obviously, the
things with once the David stuff came to light, that's kind of where everybody's focused. Kind of like went into.
I've even had my focus pulled away from that, but I think it's safe to say that it's tied up in the bigger picture somehow. I just don't know how.
I agree. Need to figure out what's going on with William, that ghoul.
We need to figure out what's going on with most people we know. Have you
Yeah, that's
noticed
fair.
how many crazy weirdos that we know?
Well, I am one of the crazy weirdos, so I suppose it
you-
makes sense I have crazy weirdos that are my companions.
Yeah, but
Apparently, David is apologizing for my new friends.
your new friends.
Yes, apparently he was apologizing for cardboard. Not sure why.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't think why.
I don't know either.
Yeah, see, we can have plain, straightforward conversations. It's everyone else that's the problem.
I think they just don't speak our language, Leon.
Mm. See any, see any gangrels?
As you look at her like the most stilted segue out of that conversation, you look and fights play out. As the headliner comes to fight Betty, you'll end up walking away with a total of $765 of profit. So puts you at $1665 you walk away with after putting 90 your money down.
That's a really good $600 profit for Janet.
All right. Well, that will be handy. Now we have our next venture. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, just quickly though, if you want me to corroborate that you lost all the money on a bet,
Oh, I
Line
like
of
what you're
Boone in it for you.
thinking, but no, I owe Janet something. Plus, there was a whole situation with the phone, and Elspeth owes her money. Maybe I can make it even for them.
a phone. Okay, whatever.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. You weren't there for that.
Yeah, you missed all.
That's
Yeah.
that's fine. I got plenty of spare phones if you want.
Oh, that's true. Well, basically, to put it in a short story, Elspeth gave this child's mother $1,000 to pay for a phone.
Oh, was that the YouTuber kid?
Yes, the one that's interested in those little boxes.
Oh man, Minecraft Morty is it's such a shame that that's not a breakout hit. If we didn't want to be under the radar, we could be so popular.
What do you mean?
We could sell tickets to that thing. I could make this go viral, and I'm so disappointed that that wasn't my job.
And with Betty's illusion tricks, you can make a ghost real. You can make bank.
Oh, that's true. We could. That's funny.
You just put
Oh,
like a
I would
little.
love scaring the shit out of those tiny little bastards.
It would be great. We'd set up a motorized minecart and we'd send it through and then get cardboard to jump out at them.
Oh, cardboard would love that.
Yeah.
There's some people that would pay money for that whole experience.
Dad and I have talked about going on like haunted houses and stuff whenever they come visit. Betty's gonna look around because basically, to give you a context of what I'm trying to do, is find somebody who might know Cade or know about him, just like why he wouldn't show up or that kind of thing.
Betty would know. Most kindred would know. If you want to know about a gangrel, talk to another fucking gangrel. That's usually your best bet.
There was another one that was fighting earlier, right?
Yep, it's the one that they're done fighting now, and it was the one that won the fight, the one that Leon put money on, and while they were going at it in the ring.
Okay, perfect. Then I think Betty said, "Well, you want to meet your stallion?"
Always.
Then Betty like hop up and hopefully he's following. Go to wherever that fellow is.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Leon's gonna buy this guy a drink as like an inn. He's gonna get a bottle of cheap shit beer.
Yeah. So actually, you would see him. having a couple people still surrounding him, though most people are back to watching the next fight. At the end of the bar, leaning up against kind of like half crouched, slouched up against the wall with a beer in one hand and just celebratory with a couple what you would likely assume are his friends. You would see he's kind of skinny, wiry, very lean built, maybe in his really early 20s. And his knuckles are split open, but you can see them actively, slowly closing. His shirt is like gone, lost in the fight itself. You actually, because his shirt is gone, you actually can see like a giant wolf head tattooed all along his rib cage that wraps around to his back. He's like grinning. He's grinning ear to ear as he's just sitting there kind of taking it in, and he won. And as you walk up with a beer in hand to offer it to him, what do you say?
Nice fight, man. Thanks for winning.
He looks up, obviously doesn't fully recognize you. Sees one of his eyes is still swollen, though it's opening slowly. He will accept the beer, and he just, as he speaks, a little bit of bloody spittle fires forward, and he just is like, thanks, first fucking fight of this place, and I can't believe I fucking won. And he just takes a big swig of whatever beer you bought him.
Oh, it's your first. Have you been watching them often and decided to partake?
He nods along with that as Betty kind of walks over. He's like, always wanted to fight. Got here early this time, and I decided, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And I can't believe I won. And he just takes another big swig.
Oh, do anything to train?
He kind of like, no, he just shakes his head. Nothing out of the ordinary, punching some trees out back, wrestling with some friends.
Oh, friends? Any that fight here? I know there's one I was looking forward to the other night, Cade. He didn't show up.
When you say any of them here, he actually will backhand one of the guys standing next to him, like just tap him with the back of his hand and just points to him. Is like, this guy every night, like, we spar back and forth, and I wouldn't have been able to do without you. And then you say Cade, and he's like, oh, Cade, yeah. Oh my God, he's such a good fighter. Yeah, he wasn't here the other night.
Have you heard from him?
No, but and you don't know if it's the delirium from taking a beating for a while from the fight itself, or it's just the euphoria of winning the fight, but he just seems to very willingly kind of spill info. It's like, no, I'm told that he got into a real bad scuffle, got into an argument with somebody before he came into the club for the night, and they went off somewhere and he never came back.
Oh, interesting. A scuffle with someone, you say?
Yeah, verbal, like they got into an argument or something outside the Bloody Knucks right in the entrance, and he didn't come in for the night, and he was supposed to come back. He had signed up, but he never came back.
Damn.
You could look at the fellow that they were having a verbal scuffle with.
Big guy, kind of oh, actually, no, he would have, yeah. Big guy, and he had like this hunchback.
Like Notre Dame?
Yeah, he had a big coat on, and he just had like this big lumpy, maybe it was a Nosferatu. I wasn't super close. I couldn't see him from, I wasn't like up close or nothing, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, all right.
I was thinking about joining, and like I need someone, because I've never done it before. I fought a little bit, but mostly I get my ass beaten. So I need like good, solid tutelage.
You're looking for a sparring partner.
Sparring partner, and people say that Cade knows what he's doing. So I was going to ask if like you got a number for him or somewhere I can find him.
God, he takes a minute and he's like clearly very openly like thinking. I almost always saw Cade here. I know he spends a lot of time out in the woods.
Okay. Does he have like any friends that would know how to get in? You got a coterie?
I wonder, maybe my sire would know. I could ask my sire. Wait, and then it's almost like he catches himself. Who are you guys? I appreciate the beer, seriously. And he like pushes himself up against the wall and like stands up from his like leaning down or slouch position or his crouched position.
I'm Spider.
He reaches out and just grabs your hand with his less bloody knuckled hand.
And I'm Dolly, and she offers her hand more daintily, though.
And he would just he'd say, "You can call me." I'd rather just you call me actually. Just call me Jake.
Okay.
And it's like he clearly went back and forth with something in his head for a moment when he said that, but he's like, "You just call me Kid. You just call me Jake."
Well, it seems like you might want to be called something else other than Jake.
Jake's great. I prefer.
You
Jake.
sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
I mean, we can. What's your favorite Marvel character? We can find something.
What my favorite? I don't read comics.
Shame.
Can I look into why he doesn't want to share the other name, or is it not that big of a deal?
It's like it's not like a. It's not. It's more of a personal embarrassment, like above.
Oh, okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Doom, what you?
It's like, I mean, yeah, I could ask my sire, but why are you looking for him? Does he owe you money or something?
Oh no, I'm just looking for a tutor.
All right, yeah, I could ask, but look, we could always use more sparring partners ourselves. And he looks over to his buddy and then back to you.
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
down.
You tower over these guys, and he just looks up to you and he's like, "You are fucking huge, and I've never fought anyone really bigger than me."
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about being
rude?
tall,
I'm sorry if that was rude. He like cuts you off.
I mean, I can't get
wicked
around
tall,
it.
dude. You're just so fucking tall.
It's true. The downside is that I've got more knees than everyone else to get bent backwards. I want to be able to defend myself better, you know?
Yeah.
And also win a bunch of money.
Well, listen, I can reach out to my sire, see if he knows him. I don't really know if he does, but if he doesn't, you're welcome to spar with us. I don't know if that, I can't believe I never even thought about asking to see if Cade would take on like someone as like a sparring partner before, but yeah, I could ask.
Yeah. Yeah, if you find him, otherwise I'll we'll see if we can find a time to throw hands.
Spider, right?
Spider.
You from around here?
I've lived here a while. I normally I live up north.
Gotcha. First time. It's clearly first time here.
Oh yeah. I show him the knuckles.
He points to Betty. And he's like, I think I've seen you around before.
Oh yes, I come out here every once in a while. Like to see what's going on, Keep an eye on the fights. Sometimes win a little here and there.
I'll ask my sire. I'll be back tomorrow night just to watch the fights. I ain't fighting tomorrow.
Yes, and perhaps I can help you find this person who had a little scuffle with Cade as well. I'd be curious if Cade has any enemies that would.
Oh, I'm sure he does. What gangrel doesn't?
That's fair. Well, we'll reach out tomorrow, see what's going on, and if we can help you in any way, let us know.
He nods and he's like, I know you say you're looking to train, but if you want to get into the fights, doors open at 11. It's usually good to be here at like 10 if you want to get your name on the list.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I'll see if I can practice first.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Thanks for the drink. And he just like gestures with the beer again.
We'll keep an eye on your fights in the future. Good luck.
Thanks. I can't wait. And you just see him get like the energy of winning kind of returns to him, and he gets back to talking with the friends, and they kind of like shove him a little bit playfully, and they just start cheering some more as now everybody who is gambling as the headliner is done. There's like a mortal only, like two mortals fighting now, and it's like ungraceful raw violence. It's like the wrap up fight. Nobody's really watching it too much anymore. Most people are getting their drinks and getting their money or paying their money. Yeah, you spend however much time you want to spend here.
I'll offer you one more tip here, Spider. Don't share both your names in the same place at the same time.
You're the one that told me to pick a nickname.
Yes, pick a nickname, but don't share it in all your names in one place.
Yeah, that's
now. See if someone talks to the bartender and they're going to say his name was this, and the other person's going to say your name was that, and they'll put two and two together, and then there you've been found. Make sense?
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, we've done what we need to do here. Let's go. What was it that you needed to do?
Yeah. Okay, fine. I do like this place.
As you enjoy the rest of your evening, the evening will wrap to a close, and we'll move on to the following evening. And we'll pick up with Janet. Janet, this is the night where you have to make your way to your sire. Everybody can rouse check me for the evening if you'd like. But we'll pick up in the actual
I
same
need
place,
to eat.
luxury apartments where you were left, or where you met with him last time. And he's waiting there. Same exact, a security that waits for you. You're ushered your way up into that apartment, and he sits at the table. This time, unlike last time, he's not dictating anything to anybody. You're not told to wait. He's waiting very specifically for you. A seat is gestured. Do you bring anything, or you not really? You're just arriving. You're muted, Dot. Sorry.
I haven't had time to bake cookies or any of that nonsense.
Yeah,
So I
that's what I
think,
figured.
yeah, I this is business. So I just show up this time. I mean, it still look nice. I put together my P's and Q's, but yeah, I don't make cookies.
Yeah. As you sit down, he folds his fingers together, places his elbows on the table, and leans in, and simply says, "So, Janet, what has your decision come to?"
You inspired me when you reminded me that even you too have groveled. And I decided that if I'm going to have to grovel, it may as well be to the person at the top.
You say that, and he nods. I've had 24 hours to think about it myself. And I've come to the decision as well that while it is a difficult and a dangerous ask, this could work. If... Yeah, go ahead.
I agree. And I'm glad you have a little bit of faith in the matter.
I don't pick my child willy-nilly. You're an intelligent woman. Now, if Fiorenza decides to back us publicly, or back this publicly, it embarrasses the Tremere. Let's be honest, Siaka's been getting a little too comfortable in Boston anyway. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say he has overstepped some boundaries.
If things go well and David is as large a gift as you tout him to be, Fiorenza may owe me for the introduction.
That sounds like a wonderful benefit for you.
I'll make the call. But remember, it was my favor to you that got this for you. Fiorenza will own you. But I'm the one that opened the door.
Understood.
You owe me, child.
I always have.
I want you to stand by this phone. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a burner phone, slides it to the table across to you. If she responds after my call, it will be fast. But if you hear nothing, be ready to argue for yourselves at court.
We may have to do that anyways. I appreciate your kindness and your gesture. It will not be unwarranted.
You are dismissed. Expect a phone call from her if things go well.
Pick up the phone and I put it in my matching Versace.
And you go right back to the quarry, I imagine? Or do you
no,
stay in your car?
No. Well, I said the car for a minute. There's some decisions that have to be made. I think Janet has some major personal business to attend to before all this can go down, knowing that she's going to owe a lot to a lot of people and it's going to put the coterie in some dire straits, enemies of the Tremere. She has some personal business that must be tended to with her twin boys and her mother in a coma.
Okay. So, you know well the phone call will happen before you have time to get to any of that.
Yes,
quick.
but it's she's kind of sitting there in the moment like,
Yep.
I need to make this happen like yesterday.
So, about 15, 20 minutes or so pass. And hang on. Sorry. Okay. About 15 or so minutes pass before, as you're sitting in your vehicle waiting, the phone vibrates. It is an unknown number.
I clear my throat. I pick up the phone and I say, "Hello, this is Janet Giannetti."
A young man's voice responds. Just to confirm, you said this is Janet Giannetti?
This is Janet Giannetti.
Miss Savona will speak with you. Please hold. You are immediately put on hold.
Story of my life.
About 30 seconds pass before you hear an older woman's voice, still sturdy and strong, speak very clearly to you. You have 2 minutes to convince me why I should care about your friend.
Well, other than the fact you get me along with it, there is nothing like him. And what I have heard about you has told me that you are a unique woman who likes unique opportunities. And I promise you, you're not going to find it anywhere else.
Details.
Roughly 4 to 6 weeks ago, we were sent to retrieve and deliver a package for the Ventru. On the same shipment was a person, a kindred of some form, though he is not tied to any clan that I've ever heard of. He had a Cappadocian stamp on the box that he walked out of. He has wings, he flies, and believes at his heart of hearts he's not just one person. He's 3 kindred in one. And I'm not convinced that they're not older bloodline. And I would hate to see that fall to the hands of the Tremere.
Who would be presiding over court? Iverson?
It will be our prince, called by the local harpy.
She's Ventru like us. She's practical. What's her relationship with the Tremere?
The box on that shipment that David walked out of belongs to a Tremere, or he believes, called Dijon Siaka.
And who's currently advocating for your David? Was it the Herald, I'm told?
Hopefully, we have yet to acquire a lawyer. I guess you could say I only had so many strings to be able to pull.
Toreador. It's an interesting choice nonetheless. What can this David do? What makes him worth my time?
Well, other than the amazing gift of flight, he is artistic in a different way. He sees and creates things before he's actually met them. I watched him create an entire statue down to the details of eyelashes of a woman we hadn't even met yet. Everything he creates has a essence about it. It draws people in, controls them in a strange and beautiful way. He can see through rock, feel with his feet and his feelings, and he is an epicenter of chaos. It is drawn to him. Things that I can't explain, that I have seen only in the last 4 weeks, that I've never seen in the last 10 years. And if the Tremere want him this bad, there's something special about him. I knew it the moment he walked out of that box, and not a damn soul has given me a chance to prove it. I offered it to the Ventru, and they laughed in my face. So I thought
Without
maybe I'd take
hesitation?
it to somebody that might appreciate such an offering.
With no hesitation, she just follows up with the next question. And you? Why should I trust a neonate coterie to handle an asset of this value?
Well, so far we've handled it just fine, including offing the Tremere by decent legal work and good finance. More importantly, you get me with the deal. I come with the mob in my pocket. I'm really good at moving money. And I am starting to make my way in the construction industry here in Boston. And I'm not going to be starting with the kindred, because you and I both know real power comes from controlling kine.
She replies very astutely and quickly. So here's my assessment then, and what you're asking of me, correct me if I'm wrong. Currently drop everything, charter a flight to Boston in the next day or two, insert myself into your local politics, anger a Tremere regent. It wouldn't be Primogen, a Tremere regent. Potentially irritate a Ventru prince, set a massive precedent, and all to save your potential coterie from massive consequences for harboring an individual. That's expensive, and for most, prohibitively so. Luckily, I am not most. A bloodline that's not been discovered is interesting, and Siaka has been getting presumptuous lately. All right, I'll do it. But here are my terms, and they are non-negotiable. Are you ready?
Always.
David becomes a Ventru asset, not property. I don't deal in slavery. I don't traffic in slavery. But he will serve Ventru interests. I will assign him an individual to assess his value. Ever refuse, and I withdraw all protection and support.
I would never refuse you or your offals.
You will be my point of contact, but your coterie will serve my Boston interests. You work for me now. When I call, you answer. When I assign tasks, you complete them. This is a commitment. Understood?
Loud and clear.
The retainer I assign you will be one of my people. They will live with you, work with you, observe you, assess you, report everything to me. Harm them, and our arrangement ends immediately.
I can assure you, no harm will come to them.
And Janet, you become my direct representative in Boston for the time being. What I say, you do. Your sire vouched for you. Don't embarrass me or them.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Now, I'm not requiring blood bonds yet, but understand if you betray me, if you fail me, if you become liabilities, I will bind you. No questions asked. Consider this probation.
Understood and very fair.
Now, if I intervene and the prince still rules against David, which I highly, highly doubt, if I fly to Boston and make my case and still lose, you will still owe me everything I just listed. I'm taking a risk here. You pay the price either way. I can be there by 11:30 p.m. in 2 days' time. You will meet with me privately first. Brief me completely, present David before me for inspection, and if I don't like what I see, I can still walk away before court. Your sire owes me a major boon for this. But that's between us, not you. But know that I'm collecting from multiple sources on this favor. Do you accept all terms or decline and face court alone?
I accept all terms and conditions, and I take it as an honor to do business with you.
Well, don't thank me yet. You haven't seen the bill. I'll be wheels up in 48 hours. Meet me at the airfield, 11:15 p.m. Please don't be late. The phone hangs up.
You got it. I will hang up, and I have things to attend to. We got to get David. Oh, my God. We got to go. Yeah, I have things to do.
And as you drive off, our camera will fade, and we'll fade to black for the episode. We'll be back next time, everybody, with the ramifications of those decisions to come. I'm very excited. I'm so very, very
I love that Chad's like, that went well. Yeah, there's nothing like having your entire life laid out in paper to be like,
Hey,
you're
she's a venture.
mine.
She's a venture.
Hey, it's
She
okay.
lays
Janet
it
respects
out.
the hell out of that. Zero question. She had zero, like, this woman's going out on a limb for us. Like, zero question. Respect.
Ooh, girl, you're in
A
trouble.
living nanny.
Never.
Miss
never-
Iverson is gonna be so upset.
Well, had she been a little fucking nicer when we got back from New York, we wouldn't be in this fucking problem.
I love how petty Janet
Oh,
is.
Janet's petty. She's like PTA parent level petty.
Amazing.
Okay, we'll save that for the after show, though.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, for watching. We'll be back next time with a brand new episode. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.